Welcome, everybody. Special Sunday, late afternoon edition, early evening East Coast time, stretch run. Welcome. Just finished Gulfstream mandatory pick 6. Chris, that paid about, I think I saw about 35,000. It was actually a really good payday for the sequence. I was very close. It was, I like that horse that beat my single, but it was good. How are you, buddy?
Good. Yep, day's just about getting wrapped up here. We'll be in the evening shortly, but rained a bit today. Tampa got some rain, the racetrack there, but we got a pretty decent card to get into tonight. I think there's many ways to go, and we should probably get to it. We got about 10 minutes, and then I guess we'll find out what we're going to be able to see.
Yeah. 10 minutes to post. We late pick 5 here is I thought was interesting from the perspective of the 3 scratched here, Chris, right, which was just the big favorite. Nizo scratch, I think was it yesterday, I believe. What were your thoughts here in race 6? I struggled a little bit just because when the 3 scratched, but I'm curious if you had an opinion here in the grade 2 San Felipe.
Well, you got 4 horses to pick from, right? So in theory, you got a 25% chance. I think people playing pick verticals here are going to either single or go all because it's only 4.
Yeah.
And if you can avoid using 4 here and get there, well then you're sort of ahead of the game there. But in terms of who do I think is going to win and how it's going to go, there's when you look at the pace here, I mean the 5 is the one that's going to go, and could it get the clear lead? What's Wind Me Up going to do? There's a lot of different things. This is more, I think, a rider's race, and who do you want on to make those decisions? If you're going to say, if you go all, then you want obviously the 4 to win.
You have Barrios on the 1, who ultimately is probably sending, and then you have Wind Me Up with the other Baffert behind. Only 2 Bafferts now with the 3 scratch. So I when I saw the 3, I thought the 3 was just obviously probably a single when I originally looked at this race. When I know there was a lot of talk on the 5. I'm probably going skinny here. I know the system likes the 2 some Wind Me Up. I wasn't a huge fan. It has been running at similar. I thought that if the 1 got loose might win. I in my ticket, I think I'm only going to use the 1 and 5, to be honest.
Okay. I'm probably going to single the 2 there.
You like the 2? Okay. Wind Me Up. Well, maybe I should use the 2 then. All right. Man, you're confusing me. Yeah, gosh, this race. Well, let's keep going. So I think that race is. What were your thoughts here in the Frank Kilroe? You're gonna have the 8 out on the lead, big pace advantage. The 4 scratches. Ticket generator on my ticket wants to spread, but that's probably because I locked it in later. I thought there was a few interesting prices. Here you have De Jour, the Baffert on the turf, who's probably going to be the favorite. What did you think?
Another one on the turf where position and all that is going to matter. I saw what you saw, the ticket generator that wanted to go deep here. I just ended up narrowing to the 1, 2, 6, and 8. I think the 6 is going to be obviously probably the favorite, which is weird for a Baffert on the turf, but anyway. And I think you could also single that horse as well if you played multiple tickets and bet that way. If you were using, going with it's a lot of, if that's going to be the favorite, I don't want to take too many extra horses there. I save that to the next week.
Yeah, in here, I thought that the 7 horse as JJ, I thought was really interesting, to be honest, at 5%. 3 for 5, but is stepping up a big GSR on the 7 for McKinnon. There's a lot of speed here, though, right? I mean, I would assume you have the 8 going, and then the 9. I'm assuming is going to be up front, so it could set up for somebody like the 6. I'm actually going to play against Du Jour. Like I know this horse has run really well for Baffert on the turf, but I'm not using. But I am probably going to spread here. Let's keep going. And what do we have? We got let me check track of video, so give me 1 second just to make sure that we have this set up. We got Golden Gate in 21 minutes, so Santa Anita in 5. Let me make sure I got our stream up. It is
Racing Starlight,
there we go.
Manicat,
Okay.
et al. And this 3-year-old coulter who was sold for over $1
Take
million.
about 5 minutes to post.
Beautiful looking individual.
All right. So you were going in race 8. I was really pretty wide here. 1, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. This I'm off reincarnate. I think I don't think I can take this horse on the front end. JJ, I just don't know if this horse wants 10 furlongs. Has gone 9 and won 9. The GSR drops just 18 points, and that was my main concern on the 1. I wasn't a huge fan of the 7. I probably will cut there too. I thought the 5 might be tough here, Chris. I really did. I know that's Newgate. It's a Baffert, but working well. Won the grade through Robert B. Lewis last year. Goes on a long layoff, but does come back and run well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the 4 I know is working well with Flavian Pratt, for Papa Mandela, won 13 furlong, so definitely has won long, but was on the lead there for Salesman. I don't think this horse is probably going to be on the lead, obviously, with the upfront speed here. I think they're going to go quick. I'm looking for somebody off the pace, I would say, in this race for me. I'm going to, I think, 3, 4, 5 probably there. All right, let's go to race 9. They're going down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the 5 could be tough here in Venganza. Did you have any opinion here?
5, 7, 8, 11.
You are 5, 7, 8, and 11. Okay.
If you had budget and you wanted to add the 9 there, that wouldn't be a bad idea either.
I might just go 5, 9. That was my original opinion, as you can see. I thought the 1 was a little bit interesting on the rail. Rispoli is riding for Steve Knapp. Does it at 35%. Has run well here. I don't know about the rail coming down the hill. That was a little bit of my concern. This horse has run down the hill multiple times and has run well running on. I just wasn't sure about being on the rail. I thought was interesting. Well, let's go to the last because we only got a few minutes. Looks like 2 minutes to post. I think I might be singling Rubinell here, Chris. But what was your opinion here in the Buena Vista?
The 6. Let me see if I can get this up there. I'll show you mine.
Jeffrey, welcome, brother. Sunland Quarter Horse Whiz. We might have to look at, to be honest. I'm always down to look at some quarter horse. Welcome, Jeffrey, though. Good to see you again.
All right. I'm having trouble streaming, so but go ahead. I'll tell you what my ticket is when you're done.
Well, here, we'll do this. What's your budget? Do you know?
$60.
60. All right. And give me a sec. All right. What do you got in the first?
2, single.
You're singling here in the first. All right. Leg 2.
1, 2, 6, 8.
1, 2, 6, 8. All right. And leg 3, race number 8.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No 3. This is just no 3.
Correct.
All right. And then race 9.
5, 7, 8, 9, 11.
And you're single to the 6 at the end.
Yep.
All right. That's Chris's ticket. Looks like we got. They're coming to the gate. Let's get up the video. See if I can get mine in. So,
It's post time for the DK Horse San Felipe Stakes. Scatify the first one to load. Wind Me Up walking up. McVeigh. Then starters get a hold of McVeigh. Goes in. Imagination will be the last one.
I think people have various ways they handicap down the hill. I don't necessarily. I'm no expert.
No, down the hill
They're off
handicapping
in the
is
DK Horse San Felipe
really
Stakes,
depends
and
on
Wind Me
field
Up
size.
sprints out of the gate and takes command at once. Imagination, Scatify is keen in the opening furlong, and McVeigh is at the back of a very compact field that goes into the first turn.
Whoa,
And it's Wind Me
whoa,
Up. Lots of trouble for
whoa.
Scatify, who's extremely difficult to handle.
Wow,
And it will
that
be
was
Wind Me
well
Up
done
to
by
set
the
the
jocks
pace.
on the 4 and
Imagination
the 5.
in
I guess
second,
one for
and a
that
headstrong
matter,
Scatify is just behind them, still steadying in third. McVeigh is just outside of him with 5.5 furlongs to go. Wind Me Up leads by a
McVeigh
half
could very
length
well
to
win this
Imagination.
race if he can just
McVeigh
come off it.
takes the third spot on the outside of Scatify. Frankie Dettori lets Imagination go now, and Imagination opens
Weird
up a lane while
race.
racing well off the
Yeah.
rail, heading to the half-mile pole. Wind Me Up at the rail in second. McVeigh and
Well, we're going to
Scatify.
find out what kind of horse
Less
the
than a
2
half
is
mile to
now.
go in the DK Horse San Felipe
Well, I know
Stakes.
the 2 trying to come
Wind Me Up
back.
coming back for more.
The 2
These
game
two will
though.
pass the 3/8 pole heads apart. 3 lengths back to McVeigh, and Scatify is now far back. Wind Me Up and Imagination nose and nose coming to the quarter pole. McVeigh 4 lengths back in
Good
third.
race.
They turn for home. Imagination and Wind Me Up. Imagination just in front.
I don't know,
Wind Me
Bleacher.
Up battling
5
bravely at the
game.
rail.
2
It's
game too,
Imagination with a narrow lead with a furlong left to go. Wind Me Up though is very
Wow,
tough.
look
And
at
here
that
comes
2 come
Wind Me
back.
Up on the inside under Juan Hernandez.
Oh, 5 game on the outside
Imagination
though.
Oh
in
my
a DK
God.
Horse San Felipe thriller.
Oh,
Finish. Imagination and Wind Me Up.
what
They
a
raced
race,
virtually as a
man!
team
I know
throughout,
you singled
and they
the 2
finished
there,
noses
brother.
apart.
That
McVeigh was
was
third.
wild.
Wow. I think the 5 got it right at the end.
Yeah, it looked like 5 to me would be my my guess. That was a great race. Wow, that was incredible.
Wow.
Very, very close.
It is. Let's see the
Ladies and
replay on
gentlemen,
that
there will
thing.
be a steward's inquiry into the incidents going on in the first turn of the DK Horse San Felipe
That's the 5,
Stakes.
yeah, clear.
Steward's inquiry into the running through the first turn. Hold all tickets. Photo finish.
Definitely 5
Whoa.
win.
Oh,
I think it's still
yeah,
5.
Yeah, it's the 5.
Two came back right at the end, but I don't think the 5 ever gave it up. Yeah, it's 5. It was close, Vito.
Yeah, you can't see the inside horse anywhere.
Yeah, the 5 got a great bob too. Yeah, Nizos. I don't know what would have happened if Nizos was in that race.
Wow. All right. You're moving on, right? You have the 5?
Yeah. We'll switch off here. We'll give it a minute. I ended up just using 1, 2, 4, 5. I originally was going to use 1, 5, but
Number 5, Imagination was first. 2,
Um,
Winding Up second. 4,
I'm
McVeigh
just
third.
gonna
1,
play back.
Scatify fourth. There is a steward's inquiry
I'll deal with that.
into the run through the first turn.
I don't think the 5 had anything to do with that. Do you?
no. The 1 came out, took the 5. I mean, it's the 4 and the 1, the 5 and the 2. You got the cleanest trip. Bleacher, that was well done. Good job, man. That was close. All right, we're moving on there. We got Golden Gate race number 4 in 9 minutes. We'll look at Golden Hour later. Let me jump over here. This they're on the Tapeta going 8 furlongs. It's a 12-5 claimer. I briefly looked at this race. For me, I was just going to trust the system when I looked at this race, Chris. And I was just going to play the 6. I didn't necessarily like the pick 5 here. I might play a pick 4, but I don't know if it was pure luck, Bleacher. But I was on the 6 here, class code, Chris. I think they're going 2 turns. I think there's all this speed up front. I was looking for somebody to come off the pace with class code, old timer. I mean, she's a 6-year-old, has 8 wins, won 2 in a row at similar level. This is different, but from an SOR, it's the same. I just thought that class code was going to sit the trip here.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I do like the 2 a little bit, even though it's the 9 win percent. I like that the soar over there, and it feels like one of these ones that could be coming off a layoff and hit some. Not coming off a layoff, but third start off the layoff and hit something. No real obvious connections, but a square price. If I wanted to get creative in there and whatnot, lifetime. The horse does like to win and hit the board too, so kind of a useful type.
Yeah, you get 6-1 on the 2. If I was to play, I'd probably just single here early. I didn't necessarily love the sequence here. I did look a lot at this, Chris, here over at Golden Gate. I did think the 2 in the next might be tough on the front end. Has run well sprinting on the Tapeta like this, but the 1, I thought that it probably was between these 2, just on kind of whoever gets the lead and is up there. I didn't necessarily see the pace stopping here in race number 5, but did you have any thoughts here outside of the 1 or 2?
No, I really just looked at the last 2 at Golden Gate, to tell you the truth. If I were to do anything in this race, it would be, try and pop a win bet or an exacta, go take a look at the probables of what, if I like the 2, what can I get there versus maybe a horse that you like, right? Because I know you're on the, which one are you on?
In race 5, 1 and 2. Or
No. Sorry, the 4. The one that's coming up in 6 minutes.
Oh, race number 4. Yes. Yeah. Class code. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. I think class code will be tough here. There's an interesting horse in the last race, just to jump here. The 5, looks to be the speed on the Tapeta, but it's never easy to win on the Tapeta. I know, Chris, you said you looked at the last. I thought the 5 was interesting. I thought the 8 horse was also interesting for Steve Sherman here in the last, just to sit off the pace. But I thought the Golden Hour was. I think I'm going to skip the pick 5 here, to be honest. I just placed a win bet. I thought the Golden Hour was the better bet than playing Golden Gate. I do think the later races at Golden Gate were okay, but.
Yeah, I'd rather just play, exactas maybe a try, maybe a double, but the golden hour races at least have a little bit more, usually have on the weekends, have a little bit more field size and more competitive.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, so we got 4 minutes to race 4. Maybe so the 4 are going to be up on the lead. She's so shiny. 1 of 52, 5 back on the lead, but gave it up in these 52 and 54s, probably needs the lead. The 5 here, likely to put pressure, I would say, from the outside. Both look to probably need the lead, Chris. So, that's where I thought the 6 comes over the top. You like the 2 a little bit.
And you could be making a really good case for just 6-2, right? Because I'm looking for the 2 to pass tired horses or something else like he did back here. Or she did back here, right? Because running at the 16, we're dropping down a little bit. We're not asking for a whole lot. So maybe that can be the exacta with the 6 winning. Can the horse be a legitimate win contender? At 8-1, sure. Why not? But maybe it's useful in other places, because if you're looking at the line, it's 18 times, 10 times in the money. So, and the 6 is the same way. It's got the most wins out of all of them. So you do want to see them go. That's for sure. They got to run fast for those 2 to come up. But 6 should get first run.
That's actually how I would play the exacta. I'd toss these first 2 horses for me. I even think the long shot's a little bit interesting just because of the pace here. I don't think these 2 other horses are just that great, but that's how I would play the exacta. Getting, on a 1-6, you're getting 9-1. And then the 2, though, Chris, is, you get a 1-2, you're getting 25-1.
Mm-hmm.
So it pays much, much better from that perspective.
No, there's certainly things that you can do at Golden Gate to make it interesting versus just doing the traditional does the 5 beat the 1 in this race?
Well, I personally think these 2 horses are stopping up front. That's how I'd play it. The 6, and it looks like it ends up as may end up as the favorite now, taking money late. But I think the 1 has the opportunity to sit a good trip, Jeff. I mean, you look here, 1 of 54 here off the pace, and has run well. It's burned some money, but you're getting the right price, I would say, today at 4 or 5-1 on this horse. And again, when I look at the past performances here, I think this horse just needs a good pace setup. And so that's what I would be looking for Hollywood Mistress to do today. Yeah, Eric, you can see that has won and been in form pretty much predominantly. This is a different, does drop into a 12-5 claimer, though, and has been in optional claim, but very similar race. But I don't disagree with you. I think Class Code definitely looks like the horse to beat. Currently, the 4 is the favorite, 6 at 5-2. Let me get.
All right, that's your exacta and some win place money on the 2. We'll see.
All right, they're approaching
Get
gate.
over to Golden Gate. Red light right there.
Moving up in class, Jeff. Yeah.
So they got 6 million, Justin, in that Gulfstream pool today. That was the total, right around there. It was like 800.
It was a great pool. I think it ended up paying 35,000 and still had 2 favorites, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean it paid great.
Yep, good combination of the others. That's
Yes.
always key with that one, right? And they never make it easy. It's like they get all the races together and figure out what are the 6 hardest ones and go, here you go.
To set the pace. Imagination in
Yeah, Bluegrass. Hit the like button, y'all. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
The mares have
It's
made
good to do
waves.
a Sunday show, a little Santa Anita. There's not much else going on. There's a huge Los Al card tonight, which could be fun.
McVeigh takes the 3rd spot on the outside of Scatify. Frankie Dettori lets Imagination go.
All right, going into the Golden Gate.
Fives burning money, Jeff. Yeah, I think it's great if you can play against the 4 and 5 here. You end up with okay odds. I mean, thanks for joining, Jason. I'm glad you're here. Great afternoon of racing at Santa Anita. Yeah, they moved obviously the card from yesterday with the weather.
Will be next.
Yes, we are just getting into the thick
Class code
of Santa Anita.
Looks like class code will be next. And then
Gary, welcome. Hey, Lexi, thanks for joining.
Number 4 out of 5 stalls.
Willie's checking in from the convention center and wherever he's at.
In the gate. And they're off. She's So Shiny and Kitten's Kid. These two barrel out for the front.
All right. That's what we were looking for, right?
In 3rd and get a good spot around that first turn. The back 2 markers, Hollywood Mistress to the inside of Super Caro as they lead into.
It'd be nice if the 5 would go up a little bit more and engage.
On the front end has a lead by a length and a half. Kitten's Kid in pursuit in 2nd.
They still look to be going pretty quick. We'll see here in a moment.
A length of Hollywood Mistress is about a 3 parts of length in front of Super Caro, who's at the back of the pack. As they got 5.5 furlongs to go. First
welcome, Charles.
23.68. Decent tempo on the front end. Being
23 and 3, pretty quick. 6 sitting, great trip.
A little over a length.
Yeah, everybody in from the 6, the 1, and the 2 are, if they have anything, are in a right spot. The 2 looks like to be going a little bit.
Trails the field. 5.5 from top to bottom. Less than a half mile to go. She's So Shiny through the opening half and 47.
There's your 2 flying.
Kitten's Kid now putting in a bid on the outside, and Kitten's Kid puts the head in front of.
That's the thing of trying to get especially I think the synthetic races where you get the best of your main rival, which they thought was the 6 to go.
A 1/4 mile left to travel in this race, and it's Kitten's Kid who is the target. Super Caro's on the outside. Class code to the outside of
6 gonna go in between. Get up, 6.
Mistress on the grandstand side.
Get up,
they
6.
Down to the final furlong. It's Kitten's Kid who has the lead over.
And that's the problem when you make that move.
Get up 1, 6-1. Get up 1. Get up 1.
Get
up.
Hollywood Mistress, and class code and a photo finish.
That's probably
there you go.
That's probably the
3rd and
the best. Rodney, I saw that was probably our best case scenario there. Rodney, I saw your Rodney had shot 10 shenanigans last night. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
7-2 over 3-1. Oh no, the 6 ended up winning there.
I think the 1 won.
No, I think the 6 won the race. I think it came 6-1. Watch this.
Photo finish.
I think that ended up coming 6-1. Yep, look at that.
It doesn't matter. Either way it comes, it pays 11-1.
Oh, that's good though. There we go. $4 bet turns into 11-1.
Number 6.
Make 3-1 about on your money.
Not bad at all.
Hollywood Mistress, they're the 5.
We talked about the 6 as the win bet too to start. So
there you go.
The mile
Jeff with the 6.
138.83.
Yeah. All right.
We're pretty much down to just looks like goal Santa Anita, and all right, let's do this. We got a few minutes to kill before we get into the next race, but there you go. Nice call there. I'll take some of that exact money myself. All right, go back to Gulfstream today. Let's just go look at this.
Wait, look back at Gulfstream. There's our win bet, or there's our exacta there with the 6 with the win bet too. Where do you want to go? You want to go to Gulfstream?
Yeah, go back to Gulfstream earlier today. Go to race 6.
Right.
Just do a pick 6.
Well, it's gonna have my ticket, but what do you
just do it for $120. Okay. And now go clear it. Clear all the stuff on the left. Over there
Here.
to the left. No, you got to go.
Oh, here. I got
there you go. And then generate it again.
Did the ticket generator hit it? Oh no.
No, but this is just going through the races today. So go back to leg 1. I think we had a chat where we kind of like the 4, right? Everybody kind of liked the 4.
Yeah, Roadtown ran a great race. The 1 just took way too much money, in my opinion. But yeah.
All right, so single the 4, and then lock it.
Well, this probably hits. I mean, this was not
no, not yet.
It wasn't.
You got to go to leg 2. Would you really leave the 6 horse off?
No, I almost singled this horse. It was the top GSR at 81. I hadn't heard this, but then when I was watching thanks, Wiz, it was a $2 million purchase. So I mean, it was not surprising to see the GSR be like that.
You went 1-6 there, right?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so get rid of the 5.
Yeah, that was a potential single, and then I also thought the 6 in race 9 maybe, but 6 won there.
Yeah, the 6, that's the other one that needed to be singled. That was the other one that we were all bantering about, and nobody did it. I didn't do it either. So single the 6, just for fun. And see, then it just kind of pulls everything else in except for the 10th race. And the 10th race is the one where it was the 12 was the top pick, but the ticket generator didn't use it.
This, ended up winning. I thought Paco would be dangerous here. I singled the 3 here, who ended up running 4th. But
so single the 12, not single the 12, just add the 12. Add the 12 and lock it.
Wow, because it already had used the 8 and stuff. Yeah, it was a good sequence. Even Sassy Princess in the last was a must use. 10% got a great price.
But that's just kind of ways that people can use it, right? I'm not saying. I mean, it's always easier to do after the fact, but it's also not. That wasn't hard to get to in terms of having an opinion and things like that.
It's all about having the right single, man.
It's all about the betting.
Yeah. That was a good sequence, though. All right, back to Santa Anita. That's the ticket I played. I spread here. I did not use de jour here, though. I just completely played against. I also did not use the 5. I personally, Chris, thought this was one of the better betting races if you could get around de jour here. Current probably favorite at 5-2. Oh no, the 2 is the current favorite, Easter, with Fraser riding. But I thought there was a couple of prices here. I thought that the 7 was very interesting with JJ for Doug O'Neill, a big GSR at 82, 3 for 5 at the distance. I thought had the potential, coming off a layoff, but looked to be working really well. You could see down here, I think on the Bruno report also was working well. Has not won in a long time, but if a horse was potentially going to upset, it would not surprise me here. JJ has rode before and ran well here a couple years ago, but this was an interesting race, Chris, because there's a lot of horses here coming off layoffs or lightly raced from that, have not been running. The 8's going to be up on the lead. Did you have any thoughts here from who I know you spread a little bit, but who did you like best?
And are we on race 7? Race 7 is the 2, 4, 5, and 7. I decided for the pick 4, I'm pretty much playing back my ticket, but I've heard enough from you and Reincarnate to just throw it out. So 2, 4, 5, and 7.
Yeah, ain't gonna be up here on the lead. I think that, I think the 1 is an interesting price as a bomb. I thought the 3 was as well. The 1, you have Dettori, the 1 has won a grade 2 and a grade 3 last out. So could get a really good pace set up off the pace. It looked like earlier that on the turf course, that horses were coming off the lead. So I think it will be interesting to see here what happens now that they've been racing for a bit. But looks like we have, what do we got, about 10 minutes, Chris?
6. This is actually the start of the Santa Anita Turf Pick 3. Did you know that?
I didn't, but I might have to look.
Introducing the field for the Grade 1 Frankie Kilroe Mile, number 1 Prince Obama, owned by Michael House, trained by Phil D'Amato, and ridden by Frankie Dettori. 2 is Easter, owned by Madigan Stables, trained by Phil D'Amato and Antonio Fresu.
In the late pick 4.
3 Dandyman Shines, owned by Rancho Temescal, Thoroughbred.
Yeah, I'm gonna play my. I just played my pick 5 back doing the turf pick 3 too.
Number 5, Ajis, owned by Mark Davis, trained by Doug O'Neill. The jockey is Hector Barrios. Number 6 is Du Jour, owned by Baffert and Lanny, trained by Bob Baffert with Flavien Prat.
Marco, the 8 and 9, I think
7,
both legit
McKinnon
shots.
is owned by ERJ Racing, Madicat Stables, Kenny et al., trained by Doug O'Neill with Juan Hernandez.
That's
8
my long
Goliath,
shot.
owned by Perry Bass II and Ramona Bass.
Who's your long shot in this race, Justin?
The jockey is
the 7. I think that JJ here. We'll jump back over to EquinEdge. We'll get back to Frank and Santa Anita in about 5 minutes for post. But I thought that JJ here had the potential, just, has 13 races coming off the layoff. I think has not won in a while, but this horse had talent, and I still think probably has some talent, and drops here in a grade 1 like this. Like, I wouldn't, for I do think the pace is going to be a little bit hot because the 8's going to be up here in the lead. I mean, if Kamara can somehow walk the dog, the 8's going to be dangerous. But I still thought that the 7 might be able to sit a good trip. Just hasn't, really run at this level. So it's a big jump up, but has run well in these grade 2s prior to the layoff. So that would be my long shot.
All right, I'm going to do a 6-7 with 7 with 6. That's my turf pick 3. $6. Played a few times. I like the 7 in the next is a long shot. Not in the next, but the next turf race, which is race 9.
Coming the down the hill here, I thought would be the 5 was who I ended up liking best here in this race. That's the second leg. Who'd you use in the second leg then?
Of the turf pick 3 or the pick 4?
No, the turf pick 3.
Just the 7.
Oh, use the 7 here?
No, so my turf pick 3 in race 1 is 6-7.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then single Haley Levande, the 7 in the next turf race, and in the last turf race, Ruby Neal.
Yeah, I thought Ruby Neal would be tough here. The 4 and 1, obviously, I think fit. I just thought that she I mean, has run so well. Maldonado, has been riding, gets them out. Didn't ride last out when Ruby was at Gulfstream, and ran just a great race there, though, in the Pegasus. So that was the Filly Mare Turf. I thought she just looked the best here, Chris, to be honest. So I think you're obviously in alignment, but great.
Yeah, but if she doesn't run well or gets compromised or something, closing remarks could win. The 1 be your best. The 4. You can go down the list. I mean, Justique, I don't think can win. Lucky Girl. The only way that horse can win is because Frazier's on it. So there's that possibility, but you'd have to go pretty deep when you get past Ruby Nell and some of the other obvious ones. But it's a horse race. It's on turf, and you never know. It's not often you see 2 back-to-back turf races at Santa Anita. So.
Yeah, I don't disagree with Wiz, your comment on the 7. I think big work here. Again, that's hit the like button. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Oh, all right. What do we got? Where are they at? All right, they're still behind the gate. Big pick 4, Chris.
Oh yeah, well they've got all the attention tonight. I mean, people complained about the weather, and it could have been bad, and they had to take races off the turf and potentially cancel midway through. Just move it to the next day. The good news is we have Santa Anita tomorrow. The Sunday card is moved to Monday, so for those of you in the West, it'll be early. For those of us in the East, it'll be later. So something to do on a Monday, but probably a lot of smaller fields. I haven't looked at the card yet, but it would be a typical Sunday card. I think it's 9 races too. Alan's betting 8 to go gate to wire.
It's not. I saw that Monday racing. That's great at Santa Anita. Usually, you're stuck with Parks and Mahoning Valley. Is about the only things you get to choose from. So.
Oh, I didn't. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know anything about any of that.
Oh man,
it's going to go over 500,000.
Yeah, great. Gosh, that's a great pick 4 pool.
Sure.
Looks like they're heading over to the turf course. Jeff, I don't think so, because I don't think Golden Gate's running tomorrow.
Nope. No, it's just Santa Anita. All right, Justin, I'll be back in just a minute.
All right, we got our sound on, approaching the gate here. Yeah, 8 going to be up on the lead. The 2 was not necessarily the greatest value, but I did think had a big shot here. It just didn't end up. I ended up using, but spread a little bit. Going to be coming from behind 3 for 3 at the distance. Top. Coming out of the toughest races.
Kilroe Mile. They're about to load.
I thought this was one of the most competitive, probably the most competitive race, in my opinion, on the turf here. The last race also tough, too. I thought somebody would come off the pace, Jeff. I do think the 8's going to be up there on the front end, just but I thought might go a little bit too quick. We'll see though.
The ad coming up. First piece.
The grade 1, Frank Kilroe. Here they go.
And they're off in the Frank E. Kilroe Mile. It's a fast start for Dandy Man Shines. Prince Obama. Here's Goliad, and Goliad will sprint to the front. First piece is showing plenty of early gas too, and he's going to keep Goliad honest through the opening furlongs. Goliad, first piece, 1-2 into the first turn. Prince Obama is down at the rail. Dandy Man Shines, and McKinnon 3 deep, 4 lengths off Goliad.
Pretty
Another
quick,
2,
22
DeJure
and
settles nicely.
4.
A couple of lengths in front of G's, and Easter will do his best running later on. It's Goliad and Kazushi Kimura dictating terms, sprinting away to lead by 3. First piece is tracking him from second.
Dictating
Another
terms.
3 back to Prince Obama down at the rail, and Dandy Man
First
Shines
quarter,
outside of
the
him.
9 pushed the
McKinnon
8
by
quite a
himself
bit at
past
the
the
start.
half-mile pole, 7 off the pacemaker. Then it's DeJure, Easter inching up early, and another 2 to G's. Goliad left alone on the front end. Going easily thus far. A 3-length advantage on first piece in second. First piece cutting into the margin now. Dandy Man Shines in third. Prince Obama at the rail in fourth. DeJure and Easter are side by side. Easter will be very wide while launching his bid, but he's coming now. DeJure in the meantime comes through on the inside with a devastating kick, and DeJure has sprinted clear at the 8th pole. Goliad has come up empty. First piece into second. Easter late. It's DeJure and
You're
Flavie
not
and
going
Pratt.
to get there, but
DeJure
good
dominant
run.
in the Frankie Kilroe Mile.
Perfect.
Easter was second best.
Yeah, Jeff.
G's
He's
third.
way too
First
fast.
piece, and Dandy Man Shines. The running time, 1:33.95
Just a bit too fast
seconds.
there.
Yeah, they went quick up front. 22 and 4, and then ended up going under 46, which that's going to be way too fast.
Who ran third?
Big run by DeJure, though. 3-1. The 2 ended up going off as the big favorite.
Yeah. Who?
Number 6, DeJure was first. 2 Easter's second. Photo for third.
All right. Who ran third?
The 5, big price, 60-1 on the 5.
Wow. DeJure. We thought the 6 was going to go off as the favorite. It did not.
Yeah, the 2 ended up going off as the favorite there. You get a good price on DeJure at 3-1. Just a perfect pace setup for Baffert and Flavian.
Yeah, and the perfect ride, right? He had that horse in the right position all the time without any trouble in front of it. All right.
Well, we will get back to we got Golden Gate here. Hit that like button. Thanks everybody for jumping on today. Great Sunday in Santa Anita. We got 3, I think the big cap's up next, so we'll jump back there in a minute. But Golden Gate, small field here, Chris. Yeah, you get it. That's a big overlay, Jeff. At 3-1,
Mm-hmm.
That's a great price. So race 8 in 22 minutes, the Santa Anita Handicap, big cap. Great race. I thought this was, but if we jump over to Golden Gate for a minute, the 1 Tour Queen ends up being the favorite here. The 2 looks like the pace of the race, though, Broadway Tiger. So, I mean, you're getting a good price on the 2 at 3-1. Tour Queen is taking all the money, though, Chris, it looks like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like right now as well. Looking at just, I guess, sit off the pace. I mean, this is the one where you really probably would want to watch a lot of replays and see if you think any of these horses, because they all look like they could pretty much go. But who is the quickest? The system is telling you the 89 one with the square, the 2 Broadway Tiger. So if you're looking for a horse to go gate to wire here, that is probably the one. But if you don't get the lead, you might be in trouble because you don't see a lot of yellow. Frankly, you don't for a lot of them. The only other one would be the 3, the long shot, lightly raced, just broke its maiden. Can this filly ring the bell again? Looks to be working well.
Yeah, some bullets there. Looks like just working alone. I just thought the speed here would be tough. It's I don't know if either one of these horses can rate off the speed. So my guess is it's who's ever getting the lead is probably going to win here. I mean, can the 6 won a 42 and then didn't run in a 60. So this horse looks a little outclassed, but is taking some money at 9-5, Chris.
Well, there's probably, when we go and look at the pools, Justin, there's like $7,700 in the win pool right now. So we're not going to know really till we get closer to 1 minute to post.
Wiz, you like the 6 to win at Golden Gate? I'd probably fall in the 2. I just think, I mean, Broadway Tiger 1-2 back, ran well here, getting pressured. I probably just take the 2 on the outside of the 1. The 1 has been on the rail. I mean, look at this. The 1 has been on the rail 4 out of its 5 races. I mean, my goodness. Does always break well, has gotten the lead a couple times, 1 of 56. I mean, this horse has been facing tough company, though, Chris. I mean, ran in a 70 and a 76, both stakes races at Golden Gate. So well-bred, obviously going to take some money. Be curious who goes to the favorite here. It looks like the 1 at the moment, but still a few more minutes.
Yeah, it'll really tell when we get a bit closer. All right, you want to go back and like pull up the golden hour, and we can start monkeying around with that.
Yeah, hold on. It looks like it starts in 48 minutes, right?
Yep.
Did you already put a ticket together?
No, I have not. I mean, this first race 9. Let me go look at my notes here. Is the one where I like the 7 is the an upsetter.
What else are you using?
Well, that's kind of where I kind of work from there. The 8 obviously is another one that I like to potentially get there. You got Pratt and Miller. You can't overlook that. Frazier on the 11. And I guess these are going to be a lot of obvious betting choices, but and then you get to some of the outliers like the Baltus horse, the 3. I thought was sort of interesting. Trainer change. Back to Richie. These are the upsetter ones that are that are working well and under the radar and picks up Frankie, right? If Frankie gets on the right horse that's ready, it doesn't matter what its odds are.
Yeah.
And then you had to look at the Rispoli horse, logical connections with Knapp and his owner. And
I thought the one was I thought this horse was interesting. I mean, it has been running at this level, though, I think is the concern. Has run down the hill a couple times, going to be on the rail now, and has not really been on the inside. But this horse has won down the hill before, so has the experience. So for sure could upset. Is working well, and from a class perspective, has been facing tough horses. So it doesn't, I could see the 1 for sure.
And then when you get to the next race at Golden Gate,
yeah, Bletchley Park, right? The favorite here in the 5. I don't. Did you think this horse was a single? I thought maybe you could single here, but I also thought if you do play against, then the race becomes a little bit wide open, I thought.
Well, it all depends on if you didn't use it as a single at all. If you didn't use the horse at all, how deep would you go there? Or if you used it, what are the other 2 horses you'd use? That really comes down what I ask myself when I do these things. Like if I single the horse, great, I move on. If I'm going to use it and use two other ones, who are those other two?
Yeah.
Is it the two of the four? Who else would you're going two, but the ticket generator is saying 2 through 6, right? Ditch the one.
Mm-hmm. But it wants to single the 5 in the last, just FYI. So that's not the name of the horse, but this is that 5 horse. It's a sprinter stretching out now to 2 churns, and the system has this horse at 41%.
I know.
But this is a 625 claimer would be my only concern here with this horse. I think has a shot, but sprinting on the Tapeta never going to be easy to wire. So I think it's going to be interesting what happens in that last race.
Yeah, for sure. But that is a very interesting thing that in the last race that it's taken that one. It did that again today in the Gulfstream Pick 6 with that 8 horse. The 12 horse, which was the top pick, but wasn't top win percentage. But this one is. So I think very useful there. The GSR isn't bad for its first attempt at 8 furlongs on the synthetic, and I would go a little shorter in Lake 2.
All right, we'll come back to that just because they're about to go at Golden Gate Fields. What did we say here? I don't remember now.
I was on the 2 here, I believe.
Oh, the one. Yeah, the 2 you're getting 3-1. I mean, looks to be the fastest horse. The one obviously maybe a bit more classy in Tour Queen, current favorite at 4-5. To me, that's a little bit short than what I'm looking for. I'm gonna land on the 2 with you, just in a win bet. I think it's the fastest horse. If the 1 doesn't get the lead, I think it's gonna struggle. So I'm with you on the 2 at 3-1.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Miguel, welcome. Isan, welcome.
And the fillies have made their way to the starting gate for the 5th race from Golden Gate Fields. A quartet of 3-year-old fillies to go 6 furlongs, even money on the 1 Tour Queen.
Have you looked at what next weekend is? What the next set of races are? I have not.
Arctic Breeze.
I haven't looked. You mean for the Derby Trail? I haven't looked yet.
Today. Rain picking up here in Northern California.
All right. What was the other one you liked here? It wasn't the favorite, I don't think.
I thought I just put the Jeff Ruby might be next week. Marco said Chris. You could be entirely right, Jeff.
Yeah.
Or Marco.
I think that's the only daytime card at Turfway during their winter meet when they run that.
I just on the 2 here. Tampa Bay Derby. Is Tampa Bay Derby next weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Arctic Breeze.
Man, that's pouring down rain there at Santa Anita or at Golden Gate.
Yeah.
Even money.
Well, that's why they have an all-weather track.
Arctic Breeze.
$7-2 on the 2 horse.
To the inside.
So the guy that won the contest yesterday at Gulfstream, he got to 46,000 right after Scotty had the lead, and he just sat on it. And he had a second ticket in play and just went for bombers on that one. It was just sitting pretty. I don't know what he hit. We'll have to wait till those come out and go. But he must have hit some kind of crazy exacta or try to get to 47 that quickly.
1, 2, go, baby.
Oh, Broadway Tiger gets the jump on Tour Queen. Broadway Tiger has a lead by 2.5 lengths over Lady Good Trouble, who's in second.
Right,
Tour Queen plays catch up the inside, now up into second. And at the back, that's Arctic Breeze. It's about 4.5 lengths.
4-1 on the 2.
Broadway Tiger on top.
That one
was
like
Tour Queen with an early move outside in second. Lady Good Trouble is in third and 3 lengths off the lead and a length and a half back to Arctic Breeze, who trails the field. First quarter mile was in 23.03, 3 furlongs
All
to
right. Well,
go.
that's
Broadway
sort of
Tiger,
fast.
after that tremendous start on top, has the lead by 2.
You don't
Four
want
Queens
to
in second.
Come on,
Arctic
2.
Breeze
45
now
for
progressing
sure.
up the inside. Up in the second is Arctic Breeze, and Lady Good Trouble trails the field as they reach the
going.
top of the stretch. Broadway Tiger, but
Here
it's
comes the
Arctic
1.
Breeze. Arctic Breeze
Oh.
now powering to the front with 1
Bang the
furlong to
2.
go.
Come on, 2.
Broadway
Be game.
Tiger battles on, and then it's Torqueed in third.
No,
Ah.
that's not how the
16th of a mile
synthetic
up to
races
travel, and
work.
it's Arctic Breeze back in versus
Ugh.
finish today.
Yeah, it was
Arctic
1 or
Breeze from
2
last
is
to
going to
first
win there.
draws clear by almost 3.
6-2-1.
Broadway Tiger second,
Oh, did
Torqueed third.
was that the 6th that won?
Yeah.
Just sat the perfect trip. Somebody, Miguel, you called the 6. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Good.
6 won. Yeah, the 6 got love that trip. 2 got an easy lead too and couldn't hold on.
All right,
All
Justin.
right,
So
back
we're back into
Santa
we
Anita.
got the race before the Golden Hour, the big cap. Still a grade 1 race. Unknown how long that will last. I think the timing of it with the Saudi Cup and Dubai has caused it not to have as many competitors as it had in years past. But I think you can make a case for a lot of them. I think you can play against the 7. I think there's at least a couple that just can't win. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought this was a great race, to be honest. I thought that Reincarnate and Newgrange were gonna, obviously likely set the pace, was kind of my thoughts. JJ's on the 1. I don't know if Reincarnate's gonna want the 10 furlongs. Ran 10 on the Derby, obviously. Last year had a lot of layoff lines and then drops back here. I mean, it is a Baffert, it is JJ, but I just wasn't sure about the distance, Chris, to be honest. If I was playing the Baffert, I'm going the other Baffert, and I'd play Dettori on Newgate. I thought could be really tough, to be honest. Probably, I don't know if I'd put the 5 on top yet, but that's where I was looking. I thought that Mixto, the long shot, might be a little bit overrated, but in a race like this, Frazier could get a good trip. But I'd probably be on the 5. The other 2 horses, I wasn't really a fan of the 6, not taking money, which was to be expected, Chris. But I also looked at the 2. Yeah, I thought the 2 was interesting. Highland Falls, taking, Florent Peru comes in here for Brad Cox. I don't know how many mounts Flo has today, but I thought that was the other interesting horse, Chris. But I probably am landing on Newgate, I think. I'm not 100% yet, but that's probably where I would go.
Yeah, I was 2, 4, 5, 7 here. Highland Falls, Brad Cox shipping in with his jock. The 4 Salesman, definitely like that one. The 5 Newgate and the 7 Newgrange. I mean, that's just sort of where I was. And I was happy to drop the other ones and go a little deeper in the next, trying to get to Ruby.
I did think I talked about the 4 a little bit. I guess I'll probably just play a pick 3 here since we have $1 picks 3s, which is nice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 9. Man, I mean, I singled Ruby with you. I probably would stick there. I did think the 5 was was it the 8? No. Here I thought the 5 and 9. I know you like the 7. I still thought the 5 was tough here. I think I'm just gonna play this cheap, to be honest, for $4 and a pick 3, Chris. Spread a little bit, and then I I struggled to single between the 5 in race 9 and then the 6 in race 10. So maybe I'll just play the pick 3 that way for cheap. I'll probably play it for a couple bucks.
Yeah, and those are the good ones to find, right? Because they'll give you a pretty decent return. Go look at probables on the 2 to 5 to the 5 on the doubles. That's a good way to check these because you know what Ruby is going to be. So you're playing the 5 in the next. So there you can just go see there. You got to divide those in half to get your true odds. But yeah, I mean, you get the right number there. That'll be a nice pick 3. And if you hit it multiple times, it's even better.
Yeah, 5, you can see there, to your point, is the favorite in the next race. I don't know, maybe I did think, Barrios is on the 9. I think it's hard to win up on the lead here. I just thought the 5 would sit a great trip. We talked about the 1 earlier. I thought might be a little bit interesting too, but yeah, good race coming down the hill. But getting back to the big cap, it to me, the 5 not taking money, Chris, which is a little bit interesting, to be honest. But the 2 looks like probably the 7's still the favorite. The 2 and the 4, the other 2 horses. Pratt's on the 4, Chris, and when I looked here, the main thing is this horse is bred for the turf, though, so they're going long on the dirt.
And that's not a bad thing either, right? I've played a few 5-5 doubles on this race into the next year, and 6 to 1 on that.
Yeah, 7.
Race 8 to race 9. Race 8 to race 9.
All right. Well, they're coming out on the track. We'll jump over here for a minute. Chris, I'm going to go grab a drink real quick as we do post-parade. I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Don't have reincarnate on the ticket. Would be surprised, but well, they didn't get a lot of rain yesterday, so
thank you, racing fans, for continuously choosing Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel as your destination for gaming excitement. As the closest resort and casino to Santa Anita Park, you're sure to experience world-class gaming, dining, and entertainment. Enjoy 2 floors of the most slots in the West, more than 7,200, hundreds of table games, 30 restaurants and bars, and the stunning Yamava Theater, where the world's top artists perform, including Red Hot Chili Peppers, Juanes, Mark Anthony, New Kids on the Block, and many others. Every week, Yamava Resort and Casino, California's #1 entertainment destination, awards its Club Serrano members with cars, cash, and gifts. Join for free at Yamava.com. Here's the feel for the Santa Anita Handicap, presented by Yamava Resort and Casino.
We need to get down there, Justin, and join the casino. It sounds fabulous. Everybody wants to go to the casino now.
And ridden by Juan Hernandez.
Why are we going to the casino?
I don't know. It was just they're the sponsor of the race. So they got 7,200 slots, hundreds of table games.
He's owned by Calumet Farm. Mixto is trained by Doug O'Neill and ridden by Antonio Fresu.
I would be surprised if the free beat me either.
By Wertheimer and Frere, trained by Richard Mandela. Next in the
Ray Zuzman riding great.
Number 5.
I mean, gets a good mount.
Owned by SF Racing, Starlight Racing, Madicat stables it all.
All right.
I'm still surprised this horse is 9 to 2, to be honest.
Frankie Dettori.
Me too. I like the price.
6, Subsonador, is owned by Stud Facundito, trained by John Sadler, and ridden by Hector Barrios. And completing the field is Newgrange, owned by Rockingham Ranch, David Burnson LLC, and Little Red Feather Racing. Newgrange is trained by Phil D'Amato and ridden by Victor Espinoza. That's the field for the big cap, presented by Yamava Resort and Casino. Just 2 minutes to post.
All right. 2 minutes to post. Chris stepped away for a minute. Charles, you're on the 4. I'd probably put the 5 on top. Spread dollar pick 3, cheap ticket here. I do think that the next 2 legs, if maybe what I might add a little bit of coverage here actually. I thought the 9 could be tough. The 10, up on the lead as well. But I did think the 5 could sit the trip. We talked about the 1 horse a little bit. The 8, Don't You Forget, is the favorite. I was not a huge fan of this horse, but could run a good race. So if I want to play a little bit more, I'd still single Ruby in the last, but could add a couple there. But great race in the handicap here. I think a lot of, Reincarnate going to be up on the front end, is the top EquinEdge pick on the lead up here for Bob Baffert. So the 7, the current favorite, 2-1. It'll be both upsetting the pace here. See if anybody can sit off the pace. I thought the 2 or 5 were the horses that potentially could do that. We'll have to wait and see, but that would be where I would go. 2 and 5, Isan. Yeah, I think both of those are great picks. Both highest GSRs, both bred really well. Newgate had 1-3 back in the Robert B. Lewis. That was a very tough allowance race, coming off the layoff. So 3rd off the layoff, I think can still improve. Was the favorite in the San Pasquale, the grade 2, and just came up short. So win percent drops a little bit, but I'm with you. I think the 5 can run a great race. Oh, you're on mute, brother.
I think Frankie can make the difference here as well too, and get the right ride. Hello, Jay. Welcome, Rex. Good luck with that double. I love it. Have an opinion and hammer it.
Jay, it's been a bit. Good to see you.
So, Justin, let's take a look at Rex's bet. Right, it's 4-7-1 daily double. So let's go look at the probables. This is what the tool is really good for. So 4-7 is paying
40-1. He's got the 4-7 over the 1, paying 85 or 78-1. So for $2.
Yeah,
so
you're getting blended like 20 some odd to 1. Race 9. How does GSR on the 10 go up? Does trainer stay after start laugh? So race 9, Justin. What are we on here? Race 9. Next race.
The 10.
The 10.
GSR. What? GSR goes up.
GSR on the 10 is the same.
No, it's the same. Corner is 8% off the layoff. First race off the layoff on the 10 horse.
Well, what I think he's saying, no, that's the pace. No, yeah, it doesn't go up. But Rex love that double for sure. Get it. Dottores Pizza. All right, Justin. Looks like they're nearing the gate. All the way the back at the quarter-mile starting point at Santa Anita. I did about 20 some odd of those in a row. Good stuff. Back before Dubai, it was a really great race. All right.
Reincarnate, the first one to load.
Nope.
Yeah, Frank there. He's just taking a second.
Coming forward.
Good luck, y'all. You're all 5. Michael, good luck.
Newgate. Salesman is in. Mixto in the Calumet colors. Subsanador. New Grange.
Here we go. Race number 8. The big cap.
We're in the gate. And they're off in the Santa Anita Handicap presented by Yamava Resort.
A lot
and
of speed
Casino.
there from the 6 on the
Subsanador
outside.
starts out of the gate and quickly takes over. Reincarnate at the rail and a little bit tight. And here's Mixto between rivals.
Reed very keen, wants to go.
Newgrange is up and on the pace, just a length off them. And Newgate settles down in 5th, 4 lengths off.
All right, well, we're going to learn a lot here.
Salesman at the back of the field with Highland Falls. They
If any of these horses are,
and it's Subsanador and
you know,
Mixto in front.
winners.
A length back to
I'm not sure what the 7's doing, just racing wide the whole race.
In behind the runners 4th, followed by Newgate,
tough trip on the
4
4,
lengths off
Charles.
the lead.
I saw
Highland
that.
Falls inches up on the inside of Salesman.
5 isn't
6
in a
lengths
bad
covers the
spot,
entire
but it's
field.
going to have to
6
get through.
furlongs to run. And
Well,
then
the 5 was
Subsanador,
kind of in
3/4 of a
between,
length
so was able to
Mixto in
actually sit
second.
back, which was
Outside
nice.
of them, Newgrange kept close in 3rd. Reincarnate 4th. Newgate in between rivals 5th, but just 3 off the lead. Salesman is outside of him.
Well,
And Highland Falls by himself at the back of the field. They have a half-mile left to go in the big cap presented by Yamava Resort and Casino. And it's Hector Barrios and Subsanador in front throughout. Mixto is asked to get a little bit closer, coming under a ride 2nd. Newgrange outside of them. Reincarnate still 4th along the inside. Newgate is 3.5 off the pace, gets a cue now. Salesman, nothing yet from Highland Falls. Subsanador trying to shake loose
nicely
with a
on the
1/4
front
of a mile to
end.
go, and he's done so. He's in front by 3 suddenly. Reincarnate
the
down at the
5.
rail. Newgate swinging
Come
into
on,
action
Newgate.
on the far outside. Newgrange
What's the
inside of
6?
him. There's an 1/8 of a mile
Get
to go.
5.
Subsanador by 2. Reincarnate chasing. Newgate on the outside is also closing.
Come on, 5. Get up.
Come on, 5.
Subsanador. Newgate
Come on,
has
5.
good momentum.
Get up.
Right to Subsanador,
Get up.
who is led throughout.
Get
Subsanador
up.
digging in. Newgate surging.
Get up.
The line.
Yes,
Newgate
yes, yes,
to win
yes.
the big cap under Frankie
Yes.
Dettori over Subsanador.
Yes, that was awesome.
In
What a
a
ride.
thrilling display.
Frankie.
Getting up
Frankie's
right
Pizza. Frankie's
Yeah.
Pizza.
We
Oh.
discounted that 6 a lot, but Frankie was the I think the difference there, right?
Oh, much. That was awesome. That's a great ride on the 6. That's a good boom, though. Wow, that's a great ride on the outside there to get up just at the 6 ends up running 2nd. Big race at 22-1.
Huge
Wow.
6. Look at the overlay on that. I mean, 5-1 morning line going off at 22-1. You know, wasn't a whole lot to like about it. I mean,
It's a
3-star
fun finish
work
in the
and
big
whatnot, but it's one of those ones where you just tell the jock to go out and ride the horse, and that's what he did. And he almost got there.
That was nice. I did play a $10 cold 5-5-6. So we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see if we can keep that going. That was a great win.
That's only paying 45-1, 5-6.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
That's
a good
great
exacta.
exacta to get the 6 under.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jackpot Cherry, great. There are a few people, I think, Michael, you too. That's a tough beat. 6 just ran a huge race there.
Top 2 win percentages is what Wiz is saying.
The 6 was as well. I know I saw that. That for the system. Thank you, Jerry, and everybody else too. I you know, but the system really liked the 6 there on the win percent. Trifecta. That'll be a nice trifecta too. 1 ends up running
Number
3rd.
5, Newgate was first. 6,
Can't trust that guy
Subsanador
to third.
second. 1, Reincarnate third. 2, Highland Falls
Look at
fourth.
Frankie.
And number 3, Mixto with 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Well, let's watch
No.
Frankie. We'll watch Frankie here for a second. He's pumped up. Nice, John. That $9 exacta. What, Chris? Would you say that paid almost 50-1?
No, you're exacta there at Santa Anita Race 8. The 5 over the 6 was paying 45-1.
45-1. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a John had that 9 times. That's a good one, man.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're gonna
Santa
get
Anita
the
Handicap presented by Yamava
Frankie
Resort and
dismount
Casino
here.
is
Yeah,
official.
let's wait for
5,
that.
6, 1, 2, 3.
All right. Frankie wins a big cap on his retirement tour.
He doesn't really have a derby mount, does he?
Not yet. I'm sure somebody will get bumped. You see, like the Saudis leased Senior Buscador for 2 races.
What? I have not heard that.
Yeah, they one of the Saudis leased him for the Saudi race and the Dubai race, and for an undisclosed amount of money. But the owner said it was a lot of money. And,
Super high five,
after those 2 races,
$2,632.60.
then it's them. They still own the horse, but they get to run it over there.
Wow, Dollar Try paid 194 to 1 too. Great exacta, $45 for anybody who had that. But you get 3 to 1 on top. You take that. That's not bad at all.
No, the Try is healthy as well. Since they moved to the dollars, double is good. Pick 3 is nice. Everything kind of works out there. I mean, and for the field that it was, right? And we talked about Incarnate, kind of did what it does and ran second. So we've got.
He's so pumped up. Look at him. I don't even know if I've ever seen him so pumped up after a U.S. race.
Well, it's, I don't know if he's won a big cap before.
Oh, I'm sure he hasn't. I don't know.
So. He hasn't run around these parts.
Well, there's Bobby Baked Beans.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is his first one based upon the reactions. And he rode the hell out of that horse, that's for sure.
Got up just in time over the 6th there. All right, let's see if I'm sure we'll get the Frankie dismount here, and then we got Golden Gate probably in Golden Gate in 4 minutes, it looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Newgate into the winner's circle. A 4-year-old bay colt by Into Mischief out of Majestic Presence. Owned by SF Racing, Starlight Racing, Medicat Stables, et al. That's their second win today as Imagination captured the DK horse San Felipe Stakes. The winning trainer, Bob Baffert. That's a training triple. 3 consecutive graded stakes for Hall of Famer Bob Baffert.
Well, there's the dismount.
Victory by Frankie Dettori, and that gives Frankie a double on the afternoon, having ridden Imagination for these same connections to victory. Newgate was bred in Kentucky by Town and Country Horse Farms.
Good job, John. Well done, man.
Yeah, well done. Nice hit.
All right.
3 minutes to the gate, probably a couple minutes away from the red light going off. All right, last race before the golden hour. So one thing I like to do with these, who did you like in race 7? We went over that. We were talking about the golden hour, right? And we talked about I think we talked about the 5 horse here in race 7.
So race the 6th one there. Race 7 at Golden Gate or race 6?
Yeah. Race 7.
Let's go to race 6, then we'll go to race 7. All right. Well, let's watch race $10 pick 3. That's great, Eric. We'll watch this Golden Gate race, race 6 here. The 3, Robbie, on the lead, Chris here on the Tapeta, going to be out front, but the 4 horse, the big favorite, but only 27%. So when I looked here, I wasn't necessarily locked in there. The 5 horse getting completely overlooked, but 4%. But a lot of these horses having to come off the speed, and the 3 horse going to try to wire, got the lead. At this level is dropping a little bit. I thought could be a little bit tough on the front end, Chris, to be honest. Even though they're going 2 turns.
Yeah, I'm playing a double here. I'm playing a 2 to the 5, and then the 2 to the 2-4 in the next race, and I'm going to bet the 2 to win. I think it just sets up the horse is 2 for 4 at the distance with the second. And that's kind of where I plan on this one. I wouldn't spend a bunch of money on that, but the returns on that are pretty darn good. And if I wanted to do an exacta, this is one where I could see doing exactas, either 2 favorites that I like or don't like, or pick up a few longer prices based upon what the probables are showing me. But we're getting close. But I think the 2 definitely has a chance.
Well, this is race 6, right?
Yeah, race 6. The 2 definitely has a chance. The money bags and the long shot being overlooked.
Oh, then the 5 in the next race. I don't disagree with you on the 2. I still think the 3 could be tough here on the front end. How much time we got? We'll jump over here for a second.
Yeah, I just seen too many of those races there where I get too excited about the front end and I end up getting beat, and it just annoys me. So I'm willing to get beat there tonight at this point. I mean, still not doing too bad, but could use something over the shorter prices.
Approaching the gate.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think 3 has not won at this distance. I think gonna be setting fractions.
Yeah, and those are the things, right? Because it's 0 for 11 at that with 8 times seconds and thirds, but the 4 is obviously one to look out for. It's 2 for 2 at the distance. Yeah.
I'm boxing the 2, 4, 5. That's my play.
No, that's not bad either. Not at all. You could even get the 1 in there one way or the other. But if you can get rid of the 4 and get the 2 in the money with anybody else, that'll make decent exactas and tries for sure.
You like the 2, I like the 5. I think the 4 is tough here. The more that I look, I think they're going to go a little bit quick up front. I think that somebody sits off the pace here. The 2, 4, 5 is
have reached the starting gate for the 6th race at Golden Gate Field. Starting to clear up a little bit. We got a rainbow.
The rainbow Golden Gate.
Furlong pole is where it ends. Making for a nice visual before the 6th race. Pretty good allowance race. 3-2 favorite number 4, Mobu.
Wide open, says Scott.
On Union Wave.
There's that rainbow.
Oh yeah. It's a $35,000 rainbow there if you had it. I didn't see anybody on Twitter posting, so. Yes, Alan, we will get to a golden hour right after this.
Roby.
We've got 15 minutes to that.
Mobu. Then Union Express and JD's Rude Boy.
Which will also conclude the Santa Anita Turf Pick 3. All right, Justin, let's see.
We got 1 to load, I think, still.
Okay, the 2 close.
And they're all in the gate. And they're off. Half a step tardy, Contrary Chieftain. It's Union Wave who's setting out for the lead. Union Express of the 3 wide side. Roby's in between those 2 in 3rd.
Well, I kind of like that. I thought the 5 would be interesting here.
Out a path further,
I'm surprised that got the lead, but I think that horse is ready to go. Going to set a great pace for the other horses.
6.5 from front to last, and it's Union Express who has the lead by a half length.
Well, the 2's moving well
in second, as it's Union Wave
but
in
that
3rd.
middle
Contrary
move.
Chieftain is
Last time
outside
I
of
saw
Union
that didn't
Wave.
work
Then a
well
length and a
either.
half back to Mobu, who is to the outside of JD's Rude Boy, who's at the back. Almost 2x2x2 up the backstretch, only 4.5 lengths from front to last. And it's Union Express, who went for the first quarter 23.39 and runs past the half-mile pole in front by a half length over Roby in second. Contrary Chieftain outside third, Union Wave towards the inside fourth. Mobu's in second last, and
Will the
JD's
two
Rude
be
Boy
tough?
trails. The half in 47.91, 3 furlongs to go in this race. Union Express and Roby
Come on,
are
two, get
first
going.
and second. Contrary Chieftain outside third. Union Wave has nowhere to
Two
go at
looking
this point in
good.
time. JD's Rude Boy is outside of him,
Gotta
and
be able to
Mobu is
sustain this,
spun out
though.
about
That's
5
what.
or 6 wide.
Come on, 5,
As they
keep
turn
going.
into the stretch. Union Express has a lead. Roby is all out.
Keep
Contrary
going, 5.
Chieftain in the red blinkers. JD's Rude Boy stand side, and Union Wave probing through
5,
into
get
the
up.
fence, and there's room for Union Wave.
Oh,
It's Union Wave now
6,
striking the
1.
front. JD's Rude Boy on the outside. JD's Rude Boy.
6,
Union Wave.
1.
Here's the finish. Union
1.
Wave.
Wow.
And JD's Rude Boy.
Now
Then
we
it was
had
Union
the
Express
third and the
Contrary
fourth place
in the
finishers.
sixth
We
from
should have
Golden
just
Gate.
slotted those right.
That's a nice run by the 6 horse there.
Yeah, very nice.
But the and the one went 5-2. The 6 was 10-1, ends up there. But one horse gets the win on the inside just barely. The 4 did not run at all. I don't even know if the 4 finished the race. There's the 4 back there. All right, let's get back to. All right, you want to look at golden hour? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, we got 9 minutes. I think the fine folks in the chat are asking for a golden hour. So, what do you think there?
I would use if I was. I'm playing.
I'm with you. I'll tell you right now. I'm with you with leg 1. We got the same digits.
5, 11, 9.
5,
Well,
7.
that's probably because this was your ticket. Would be my guess.
Okay.
That's why I don't this. I'm probably playing a cheap ticket. Why don't you tell me, or we can go through this if you want. You're using these in the first race?
Yep.
Okay. Leg 2, the system wants to spread, but that's just because I put, what budget do you want to use?
Well, I'm telling you this is exactly how I'm going to play it. I'm going to single the 5 in that race, leg 2. So single the 5.
Park?
Yeah, single the 5. And then run it again. All right. And then I'm going to go 4, 6, 8, 11 in race 3.
Okay.
Leg 3. And then I'm going to single the 5 in the last.
$20?
Yeah.
Are you double singling?
Yeah, and I'm going to play that probably 3 or 4 times. And then I'll cover that off there by singling the 6 in race 3. So if you get a race, leg 3.
Ruby?
Yeah, and single Ruby. And then regenerate. And then open the 2 and the 3 up. Yeah, those 2 legs. Open those up with CPU and put a budget of like $4 to $50.
Just this leg? Just leg 2?
And 4 and the last.
Oh, with the 5. I see what you're saying. Singling Ruby.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, the ticket generator wants to single the 5 here, Harbor Outlaw, because the win percent's 41% up on the lead. I mean, that's it really likes that that horse there. I'm not sure. So it wants to spread Chris here and then only use the 8 here, which I do think the 8's a nice pick, to be honest. I thought this horse could sit a good trip off of the speed here, potentially, and get first run. So is that what you're playing?
Kind of where I would land. I'd look at the 6 and maybe include that one in the last. But that's sort of where I would land. A couple of tickets like that, where if I hit the other one a couple times, it'll pay decently.
What do we got? We got about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Looks like there's they said 8, so they're still in the paddock. Let me get that up.
I do like this 7 here, Justin. This is the middle leg of their turf pick 3. I do like this 7 horse here to get a ride for Victor, for Gary Studi. Long-time connections. He can get this done here, and you're getting a great price. 3-star work. Kind of a decent horse to follow here. Comes in fresh, working well. Gets a good early pace. Victor can find a clean trip. Could get there at a big price.
I think that I did think the 5 could be a single here at Golden Gate. I think I would probably stick with Ruby, though. I think will be my single. 158.
The strategy there for Justin was not to single Ruby there. It's like, if I single that big number in the last, right, the Harbor's Outlaw, the 41%, 15-1 morning line horse, which I'm going to guess is not going to be 15-1, but we'll see. That if I can get another horse there and still be right with the next race with Bletchley Park, which I think is should be a pretty good horse is taking money right now and it's the favorite. I think he can get there. Versatile, third off, Steve Sherman, good connections. Just sort of betting strategy. That's all.
That's what I'm playing.
All right. I like it.
1, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11. 2, 4, 5, 6. Single Ruby. 1, 5, 6, 8. 96. Yep. Sweet. All right, that's what I'm playing. You're the 1 and 2 at Golden Gate. You're playing Jackpot Jerry. In the next race, Bletchley Park, I thought might be a single there, but I ended up spreading single Ruby now. But the 5, I mean, allowance, optional claim, great conditions. The source is in for a claim, but 1 is 62 last out, shows up as a 60. I mean, definitely looks like the favorite Chris to win, in good form.
Yeah, I mean, I need to get a decent price here and get Bletchley, and then I've got the backup ticket where I've got Ruby singled. So we'll see. But getting that 5 horse home in the last leg could be pretty big, no matter how deep you go.
Yep, there's just nails. Barrios, I think, he's got one plan in mind with the 9 there, I think, and he's sending. There's JJ on the 10. Get the money for
Man, if all the turf courses look like that,
they've done a good job. I agree with you.
I mean, even with the weather and whatnot, that turf course does drain quickly, which is nice.
5 here is just getting crushed. 3-2 currently. I thought this horse could be a single.
Very happy to be joined with Bo Hirsch here, who is a long-time owner, breeder, and involved in Santa Anita for many years racing here. Gary Studio was just talking to him, and he said that you started having horses with him when Warren was still alive. So you guys have had a really long history together. Just tell me a little bit about this filly, Haley Levade, and who she's named after.
Well, she's named after my
big
daughter,
golden hour
Haley,
pool already at 150,000.
Tried to call her Haley, and it wasn't available, and this and that. She said, "Why don't you just put my middle name in there?" And I said, "That will be available." And it's Haley Levade, and it comes from her mother's side of the
I don't
family.
know where she's from.
Long line of
England,
and
I would
that
guess.
side.
Well, Bo was like a proud papa just
Camilla?
moments ago, showing me some pictures, some
married
baby
to,
pictures, but they're of
Tim.
Cece's foal. Cece, of
Oh,
course,
really?
I
homebred.
believe so.
Tell me a little bit
I didn't
about
know
her
that.
little foal.
Well, she has a.
Don't quote me on that,
She was
but look it up.
Cece was bred to Constitution, and she had a foal a few weeks ago, and it's gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. I had this great picture I want to put on the air and show you her rearing up, and she's very sassy. And we're really
There is
excited.
bonus racing tomorrow. Anybody
have a
didn't
fun
catch
time trying
that?
to find a
Slaney
name.
is racing tomorrow.
God,
First post
I've already, my wife
12:30.
wants a dragon something
Since
from
the card was
Chinese
moved
dragon,
from
Year of the
yesterday
Dragon, and
to today,
she's
they
doing
moved
that deal
Sunday
right
to
now, so we'll
Monday.
come up
So
with something fun.
All right, well,
good
very best
racing
of luck,
tomorrow at
Haley
the
Levade, and hope your
great
daughters are
race
home rooting
place.
for her.
Well, God love you, and thank you.
That's Bo Hirsch, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. I'm spread here 1, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11. I did think the 5 is probably would be my top pick. Only 19% to win on EquinEdge and taking a lot of money though. Currently bet down to 3-2. I mean, is top SOR overall right behind the 6, has a great GSR, bred for the turf, bred to go downhill on the turf. I just saw Mike Smith in the irons for Papa Mandela. I mean, ran really well, broke its maiden, went on a nearly year-long layoff though, so second off the layoff, but I think finds the right conditions here. I would say Mike Smith rides again. Was a big price last out and actually ran a great race at 17-1. So, but taking just a ton of money right now, big favorite. So we will have to see. They should be, looks like, heading up the hill at the moment, up to the gate, which then they will come back down the hill. Great pool, 180,000 in the golden hour pool. Always a good bet. Dollar-based wager. If you can get around the 5 here, I think the race has a lot of options to go. And some of these, some big bombers, but I do think, some of the, the other horses here is not bad prices. I think the 1 has a little bit of a shot. Big price at 18-1. Chris, I know you like the 7 at 25-1 as a big price. 180,000, Jerry. That would be very nice. Take down the whole pool.
Yeah, that would be super.
The 8 has Mr. Flavian Pratt riding, I believe, if I remember correct, on Don't You Forget. 18% to win. Suj said a good trip for Peter Miller. For sure, a horse. I thought that Barrios on the front end might be interesting here as well. A lot of speed coming down the hill, it looks like, on the outside with the 9 and 10. So, but, I thought that, the 8, the second EquinEdge pick, not taking money, but I think has a great shot as well. Should sit a great trip. We've talked about Mr. Flavian Pratt, always does well riding on the grass. So,
Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll spin up an EE horse players tourney tomorrow for Santa Anita.
it's not a bad idea. I can't play, but it sounds like fun.
Well, I mean, you could be the second entry.
So coming up
If you
here
want
at the
to.
top of the hill.
But you may
and
be
there's one
busy,
filly
or
that
I
just
can do it
came
live,
by,
or
and she was
you
already
do
on
pick
my
and pray as
radar,
well.
and then I saw her come by me, and I'm like, wow, Did she just get bigger and more beautiful? And that is
If there's any
11.
interest in
Summer
that,
Lake with
let us
Antonio
know. You guys
Fresco
play
aboard her.
tourneys?
Gets a perfect
We could do a
outside
cheap one.
draw
We could
over
do a
this turf
mid-priced
course.
one.
She ran off and hid last
I know a
time
lot
out,
of
and I
guys
don't
in the
expect
chat
her to
do.
be quite as quick this time, but I really loved what I saw from her. She's composed. For a filly that showed so much speed last time out, she just looks like she never ran at all. So Summer Lake looks terrific coming up here. I was intrigued by the 9, Just Nails, who's down
Might
by
be
the
good
gate
practice
right
for some
now.
of
I
the
heard Frank
NHG players
Marty
as
mention
well.
they were bringing her up here with
Brushing
Horn.
up on your
It looked
win
like
place
Hood actually
setting.
had
It's
come
true.
off or halfway
2
off on
weeks
the way
away.
up, but she was quite
Mm-hmm.
happy just cantering
It's coming
along
quick.
beside her pony and being very, very well behaved. She could see everything
All
just
right, I
fine, but
think
the
I'll
hood
do
is
that.
supposed to be over her ears to stop her hearing things, and they were going to take the hood off when she got to the gate. She does also run with blinkers off, but she handled everything just fine with that hood falling off going up the hill. That is the 9, Just Nails. And then finally the 4,
Bill,
Deuxième Etoile, for
time to
trainer
get the
Doug
money.
O'Neill, coming off a layoff of
You're
17th
not wrong.
last year. This filly's in
It
form
is
down
that
the hill.
time.
She looks fit as a fiddle, and I believe she is going to run
Fit
a
as a
bang-up race
fiddle.
today. Mario
Fit
Gutierrez.
as a
She is
fiddle.
positively gleaming. Horses almost at the start for race number 9.
Man, that gate's way up there, huh?
Uh-huh. It's at the end, man. That right there is the street that I would drive in to come into the track.
Right
So,
behind it? Right there?
behind it.
It's
That's the
post
street you
time.
drive in.
The horses have reached the gate.
So this is the weird part here when you look at the dimensions, like the way the posts are, right? Because over here, if you can get out on the lead, you can do a straight line
We're
and
going to
not
offer
have to
free
deal with the
admission
left
and
side.
parking, drink specials, $3
It's hard
beers,
to do,
$5
but if you get a
margaritas and
lead, you can do
Coronas
that.
in the Horseshoe
Over
Bar.
here,
First post tomorrow,
you've got a little
12:30
bit more
p.m.
difficult
Special
of
Monday
a
racing
trek
tomorrow.
down the hill.
Free admission, free parking.
Honk your horn. No, Scott. They don't want to honk your horn there. By that time, everybody is there. And the street is
Coming
blocked
up.
off. The street gets blocked off to where only you can exit.
Summer Lake
So
one from the
you can't
outside.
drive by and honk your horn. So inside post, not as bad.
Was in.
Outside, a little bit more
And
difficult.
they're off. Very quick start for Just Nails, who will sprint out to battle for the early lead. Summer Lake matching strides through the opening
They're
furlong.
trying to get that seam
Get the
to
money
where
third, and
you can run
Vitalera
straight
races in
longer.
4th. Then Pleasant Wave, Sunshine Babe is the gray, moving through willingly along the rail. Then it's Le Deuxième Etoile, who races in mid-pack.
You know when they hit the
6
dirt,
lengths
the
off the
horses
lead.
are
Having
going
to
to
steady
stay
a
to
bit
the
is
right.
Le Deuxième Etoile as they run down the hill. And the lead belongs to Just Nails, just in front of Summer Lake in second. Outside of them, Vitalera. Get the Money is racing in 4th between rivals, and down at the rail, it's Sunshine Babe in 5th. Venganza in the pink is making headway while going very wide. Not Now will go even wider around the turn.
Wow.
Don't you forget in the
So
blue cap,
wide.
Real
Where's
Fire
the
is
5
down
in
on
the
the
pink
inside.
cap?
And about 10 lengths off the pace is Haley LeVay.
Favorite
They're a
looks
furlong for
done.
the finish. There's room for Sunshine Babe.
There's your
Coming through
7,
inside,
Chris.
Just Nails. Just Nails is hanging tough. Center of the course,
Where's the
Vitalera.
10
And
on
in
the
between those two,
inside?
Summer Lake. It's a driving finish. And Get the Money is coming fast along the inside. Get the Money with momentum. Here's the line. Get the Money.
Wow, Get the Money. The 10 horse
And
with
got the Money in
JJ.
front of Just Nails.
You know,
Between
I
Vitalera
looked at that
and
horse,
Summer Lake in a
and
driving finish. Juan Hernandez gets his 3rd on the day.
Wow.
coming off a 9-month layoff and drops in there 9-1 for JJ. You know, I mean, a great price. Yeah, Rory, good call. Get the Money. Yep. Rodney JJ. Yep. Up the rail like that. 9 ran a big race with Barrios on the front end.
Huge race for the 9. Huge. 7 just flagged out the stretch.
5 ran near dead last. Second last for the favorite there.
Photo finish.
Close. But 10 hangs on. Big win. Well, that was quick. No more Golden Hour. Spread there too. No 10 though. All right. Golden Gate race number 7. Bletchley Park, Chris. You I think at singled here, right? Using
Yep.
Bletchley Park. Okay. Yeah, I thought could be tough here. I mean, definitely he 5-year-old won the last two, a 52 and a 62. You know what, former Baffert comes over to Sherman from Santa Anita, you know, off the layoff, and then just comes and runs really well. So probably going to run a great race. You're getting a good price on a few others if you want to look elsewhere, but it may be tough. Los Al, quarter horse, Rodney. There's a big night at Los Al, I think, Chris, right?
Yes. They've got qualifiers.
12 races. Wow.
Yeah.
Big field here to start, too. My goodness. Starts at about 6 p.m. And then, so they have 3-year-old trials. Looks like they have 6, 3 for the boys, and then 3 for the fillies. Big card. They're going until 1 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, kind of late.
Big field. The beginning of this is probably, you have in race 1, you end up having what, a 9-horse field here? Yeah, 9-horse field, and then an 8-horse field in race 2. I'm not sure what that was about, but and then maybe chalk here in race 3, but good sized fields to start at least. You know, you catch a price here, and dollar pick 4 can pay good at Los Al.
For sure. Always has and always will be. I mean, it usually pays well. If you can beat a couple of favorites, it always pays real nice.
Rory, good luck, man. 1, 3, 4, 6, 11. That's good. $5 pick 3. Well done.
Absolutely. Always like to see people cash tickets for sure. Just
well, so the 3 here are going to be up on the lead at Golden Gate. Likely was on the lead last out, stopped in a 58, won off the lead in a 56. Steve Specht, Santos Rivera rides. You know, I wasn't looking at this horse as a winner. I mean, it is tactical, I would say. I mean, but predominantly has not been able to win off the lead. It's tried, but just one win. It was not able to do so, 2 back in a 60. So now protected though. But you know, the 5, Chris, it'll be curious here. I don't think the 5 has to get the lead. So maybe the 3 goes to the front, the 5 sits back. I think it'll be interesting.
No, I think so too. I'm going to play a 5-5 double. Go take a quick look at what that's paying.
5-5 double?
Yeah.
You're getting 6-1 only.
Exactly. So, and what was that 5 in the morning line?
15.
Yeah, it's getting hammered in the double to the 5.
Yeah, this horse taking a lot of money, right? Harbor Outlaw, 41%. Probably it might be even the favorite. So the 5 is a favorite here. The 5 into the 5 in the double, not quite, but the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10 are all close, and even the 3. So, yeah, you're getting like this horse probably going to go off at like 5-1. Chris would be my guess.
Yeah, I think so too. But you know, when you go and look at the probables again here in race 7, and you look at what the probables are to the 5, what are the other horses, right? Because the 5-5 is the heavy favorite there. So, but when you get beyond the 5, I mean, you're getting 18-1 on the 6 and upwards, right? So, who do you like here? This is the Oingo Boingo song. Who do you want to be today? Who do you like here? Is it the 5? Is it the 2? The 4? Pick your poison.
Yeah. I originally was on the 5. Just trying to see if you can beat this horse.
I'm just going to go with the 3 and the 4 because I like the prices on both of them. I'll make a small wager. If I don't win, great. If I do, it'll pay a lot more than trying to hammer the 5 and the 5. I don't know if I trust the 5 that much to hammer
it. In this race or the next?
This one. The next one, sure, because I'm rolling with what the system is telling me. But, the price is not great, obviously, but the price with the other 2 are okay.
Yeah.
I did post the horse players tourney in the chat, so if you want to join that and play tomorrow, 9 races, live tourney, you can do pick and pray. You can make your selections and change them up until post time. 9 races, Santa Anita. I think it's like $26 with the fee. But if you're practicing for the NHC, you can make a few bucks and not have to spend a whole lot.
All right. Looks like they're approaching. You're playing a 5-5 daily double. Bletchley Park, big favorite here, 3-2. The 6 second in the betting at 2-1. Good luck, brother.
Approaching the gate.
Yeah, Justin, I've abandoned the 5-5. I'm going 3-4 small.
Okay.
3-4. 5-5, I'm just not getting enough there. It's floated up a bit to 16-1, but 3 and the 4 are a little bit more juicy. The 5 in the next. All right. How's your week looking coming up? You got basketball and baseball.
Basketball ended. We won our final 2 games yesterday. That was good. Closed it out with good wins. No, baseball. I think I got baseball like every day this week. Need to. Our weather is luckily good. It's not raining, so that's good. It's cold though. But yeah, it's like baseball mode now. Every day, I think. Pretty much. I mean, most days of the week during the week for practice. Games are still a little ways off, but
all right.
All right, they're approaching the gate. I'm gonna play the golden hour double, but gonna skip here at the late golden gate. The 5 does look like the horse to beat. Currently 3-2. You had some interest in the 3 and 4, so good luck there. Was a good late cards today. Good late card at Gulfstream. Great card here at Santa Anita.
Not too bad at Golden Gate either.
And
I'm playing the 5 over the 3 and the 4 here as well.
Race from Golden Gate Fields. Field of 6 to go a mile. 3-2 favorite number 5, Bletchley Park.
All right, be right
2-1 on the 6, Kennebec. Royal and Rendo coming forward.
I thought Love Candy was interesting, Rory. Great call. EquinEdge long shot, 11% to win. I think could sit off the speed here. Has shown the ability to try to kind of stock rate.
2 favorites, Bletchley Park and Kennebec. Kennebec and Irving Orozco to the outside. And they're all in the gate. And they're off. A little bit of a stumble there for Love Candy. It's Mother's Prayer and Bletchley Park. These 2 send out for the lead. Kennebec's outside in 3rd. And then it's Royal and Rando towards the inside 4th. The gray Love Candy's in 5th. To the outside, a Rim Protector as they navigate the first turn. And it's Mother's Prayer who's on top, has a lead by a length and a half. Bletchley Park off the pace today in second. Royal and Rando towards the inside third. Kennebec is in fourth and 2.5 lengths off the lead. Love Candy in amongst horses second last and a length back to Rim Protector, who trails the field. Up the backstretch, and it's Mother's Prayer who has a lead by a half length over Bletchley Park, traveling sweetly in second. Royal and Rando, green cap towards the inside third. Kennebec, white cap in fourth. The gray Love Candies in fifth and 5.5 off the lead, and is to the outside of Rim Protector, who trails the field. First quarter was in 24.92. The half was in 49.56 as they make the entry into the far turn. Mother's Prayer has the lead. Bletchley Park given his cue to go after the leaders. Leader in second, Royal and Rando, as Kennebec ranging up to the outside. Kennebec's about 2 lengths off of the lead. 3 wide on the turn is that one. Love Candy second last, and Rim Protector trails the field as they reach the top of the stretch. Mother's Prayer cuts the corner. Bletchley Park has the length of the stretch to try and go by. Royal and Rando will try and probe throughout the fence. And Love Candy's on the outside. 4 across
Love
the track.
Candy.
1/16 of a mile left to travel. It's Bletchley Park and Royal
Yeah,
and Rando. Love
5-4.
Candy on the
5-4.
outside. Bletchley Park wins again.
Nice.
Love Candy second. Royal
Good,
and
exactly.
Rando
Chris
third.
had
Rim
that 5
Protector
over
rallied
the
for
3-4.
fourth.
You end up, I think the 4 went off about 6-1. So, where was that? Golden Gate? Race 7? 5-4 paid. Well, that's the devil. We don't want to look at that. 11-1. You got 11-1, brother, on your exacta. 11-1.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, 5-4. 4 almost got up. It was close, man, but 5 held on. Great call on the 5-4, though. All right, Santa Anita race 10, closing it out with the Buena Vista. What's, you and I both thought that Ruby Now would be tough. Did you have any other thoughts here? I mean, the 4, obviously, I think will run a great race. The 1 was the long shot. The other horse, I thought, the 8 and 11, closing remarks, the 8. And then Moofy, the 11, Chris, not taking any money for Frankie Dettori for Jonathan Thomas. I was curious if you had any thoughts on the 11 horse.
I kind of like the 11. I just, I really don't like Frankie can work the post there, but that's just one where I really don't like the price. I would like the 8 over the 11 there. Outside it's going to be difficult. It's not impossible to do, but if anything, I would gravitate. If I was going to go to outside post, I'd go with the 10.
Nate Det, Hector Barrios rides, I think.
Yeah, Neil Drysdale. I mean, definitely capable of doing something here, but good works, good connections. Kind of a good horse to follow there. Useful, I think, and will certainly be an overlay because it just doesn't have, the shininess that some of these other ones do.
What
the
about
5's another one? Kiss by Fire, 3-star works, Tiago, Peter.
The 5 scratched.
All right, well, that's no good. Anyway. Justique, that's one where I would just kind of throw out, maybe include in the exotics. The 9 would be another one to look at. Kimura for Phil D'Amato.
Big price, 3%. I thought if a horse was coming off the pace, for me, it would be closing remarks. I think Frankie can work a trip out here. The 8, closing remarks, has won multiple grade 2s. The 9, you talked about the 9 as one allowance. So big step up would be my only 2 cents there, where The 8 has 7 wins, 26 tries. I mean, she's proven. JJ Rides, he's won on her before, and then went off a short layoff. Second off the layoff, I thought was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, and when I'm looking at the Golden Hour double right now,
Mm-hmm.
The 6-5 is paying $303 for $5.
Wow.
The 6-6 is paying $51. The 6-3 is paying $30, and whatnot. So the 5 just kind of jumped down to 209. So just interesting things there. I'm probably going to make some sort of wager here for that. And single Ruby now.
So Golden Gate's 27 minutes. Looks like they're in the paddock at Santa Anita, I think. Switch, yep.
Unless there's like something that he has to know. By the way, this horse does this if you do this. I mean, really, at this point, you say, well, I think he's qualified to make that decision. Okay, silence. Let's look at the rest of the fields as they're coming in. That is the 7 horse, Justique. Justique for John Sheriffs. Good third last time out in the megahertz.
Yeah, she's
the 8.
kind of bounced all over the place.
Pretty
She
horse.
actually ran 2 really good races. Her last 2 going a mile in the turf. She's going to cut back.
I like the
Actually
6,
do the
8,
same thing
11
today, mile in the
exacta.
turf. So
That's
I
where
think
I'm
she's going to
going
need to
with.
step up. She's been running well, but I think there's some other fillies in here who are better than her, including Ruby Nell and Bella Bell. Bella Bell, the number 4, is a really interesting filly. She went wire to wire last time. However, she doesn't need the lead. So I think if someone like Ruby Nell to her outside wants to go, she can kind of get over to the outside and sit up against her, and I think she'll be just fine doing that. She really impressed us last time off the layoff, being able to go a mile on the turf and winning so impressively. So I do love Bella Bell.
I love Bella Bell in here. She is my absolute top selection. I thought she looked tremendous last time out of the mega.
They're on the 4.
She has
Bella
knocked on the
Bell.
door in all of her grade 1 contests, but I really think that she excels at this 1 mile distance that she'll be traveling today. Flavian Pratt going to be aboard again, so she is my top pick at 3-1.
I got to go with the outside there. Moofy, thank you. Jonathan Thomas, the blinkers go off. This horse really, with the exception.
I thought we'll jump back there in a minute. Looks like we got 10 minutes. I thought Moofy was interesting, Chris. I think Ruby's going to be tough over the 8 and 11. But in a golden hour, I think I might use 6, 8, and 11. What are you? Let's see here. 30 minutes.
Well, that 5 horse in the last at Golden Gate is now the favorite 2-1. The 39% horse that we talked about before. So that'll get noticed in all the other pools, right? So is that the Wise Guy horse that's going to win, or is it JT's watch? So I'm just trying to look at the probables here. I do like Ruby Nell. I do like Closing Remarks. Those would probably be the obvious ones I'd go with, and I kind of do like the 10 as well. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the bet for me to make.
I think I'm going to play the 6, 8, and 11. I'm not sure what I'm going to play into yet, though. The 5, I mean, I always thought the 8 here was interesting at Golden Gate as well. I also thought the 1, the 1 and 6, so I probably narrow somewhere. System wants to use the 5 and then the 8. So this last race, Chris, I mean, these are all winners, right? So I mean, these a little bit can be tough and difficult from that perspective, just because this race, it does look fairly wide open. So the 5, the going to be just taking all the money. I mean, this horse is going to be up on the lead, though, Chris. I mean, going to have to just go gate to wire. I mean, the system loved this horse. The public is smashing this horse. I mean, not a great GSR. Win percent skyrockets here. It's dropping in class for Dan Markle. Chavez rides. I think that they hit at some, they're hitting 3 of 4. So, the long shot has Santos Rivera riding only 2%. But look at the 6. How's the 6 horse not even taking any money at 11-1? Top EquinEdge pick, JT's wash.
Yeah, but go look at the problems and that stuff, right? And go see what you're seeing there.
Well, we can't because I'm in the golden hour bet. That won't work there.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it on I mean, what are you looking at right here? To the 6?
Here, I got it here. So at Golden Gate, what do I like? Well, it's like pick 4, right? So there's the pick 4. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
And so the 3's $93, and then the 5's the favorite, but the 6, I think to your point's third favorite in the pick 4. So, obviously, just getting a much better price here in race number 8, but probably take late money. I'm assuming, Chris, the 5 gonna float up.
Yeah, I would think so too, but all the money is coming in on the 5 there, which we kind of expected when you see that, right? Because we're not the only ones that are getting that. But Ruby Nell here, Justin, down to 4-5, getting bet down hard. I mean, how do you leverage an exacta?
I'm playing the 8 and 11 in the exacta. That's my play. I like this. Then in the in the golden hour, I probably just play something like that. Originally I think Chris was going to just single Ruby Nell, but trying to find a little bit of value outside that. But I do think she's going to be tough, but in an exacta, the 8 and 11 both interesting, I would say.
You're getting 10-1 on the 8 and 9-1 on the 11. If you can figure 6-1's paying 15-1, the longest shot 6-9, even the 10, the Drylesdale horse that I was talking about is 28-1.
What about the 1 horse with Rispoli here on the turf? Won or raced last time out in the American Oaks, just couldn't hold on.
Well, you're getting, if you like that, you're getting like 15-1 blended. 1-6 at 30, 6-1 at 15. So if you like a box there, that is not a bad way to go at all.
Gosh, I mean, this is we didn't look a lot of this at this horse, but in the Twilight Derby, Irad rode at Santa Anita both times here for DePaz. So obviously talented horse, had an awful break here and still ran on in a 13 horse field in a 72, and then got a lead here and just gave it up at 10 furlongs. So a little bit interesting, I guess I would say, at a price.
No, you're not wrong there. And that's, like I said, that exacta there is not paying bad at all. So if you can pair those two up, make that case for it, certainly not too shabby. Thanks again, everybody, for joining as we get ready for this race.
About 2 minutes.
Hit the like button.
50,000 in the golden hour daily double pool, though.
Not too shabby.
The Grade 2 Buena Vista is my get-out race. It is the last and final race on the day, and I know there is one trainer who would like nothing more than go home with a winner, and that trainer is Jonathan Thomas, trainer of the 11 Mufi. Now, if you happen to see the trip in her last, it really wasn't Kazushi Kimura's fault by any means whatsoever, but she absolutely had nowhere to go, was much the best. She was ranked the whole way behind, not really much of a pace that day. They get the blinkers off. Jonathan Thomas 26% with the blinkers off, and she looks terrific.
Right, the
out here.
1, 3, 7, and
Mufi with
11
Frankie
trigger
Dettori,
carryover.
another
Pick
stakes win.
6.
The 6 Ruby now.
I know, I saw that. That was interesting.
I believe trainer Richard Mandela gave the instructions not to send Ruby Nell out of the gate, just
no
not
single
to get her
tickets.
too hot and fired up, which Frankie didn't.
Well,
I
there-
thought that the 11 would be covered. That surprised
on
me.
the engine now. And
Well,
she
this isn't a
great
jackpot
start. She looks
anymore
like
either.
She's even put on weight since her last start.
Traditional.
Just lovely, dark,
That's
rich
right.
bay with Edwin Maldonado, who knows her better than anyone. And then finally, Be Your Best. It's been a long time since I've seen
You
her
like the
before.
one, Brian? I thought the
Enough.
one, yeah,
She's filled
not.
out.
We
I
talked
know
about
her
the one there a
owner,
minute
Michael
ago.
Ryan,
Might have a
very
shot.
well, and he's got to be
Ruby now
absolutely
obviously going to be very,
delighted
very
by
tough,
how
but I
this
wouldn't
filly
be
looks.
surprised to see
She
the one
loves to
win
hear her
a big
feet
race.
rattle. Probably
Agreed.
the turf course being on the good side is not going to help her, but it's certainly not like those East Coast turf horses. And I think she is going to run a bang-up race as well. That is the one. Be Your Best. Just a reminder, we will be back here tomorrow, 12:30. First post. We'll see you Monday for a fun day.
5 horse, still the favorite over at Golden Gate. Harbor Outlaw in the Golden Hour double. Looks like they're approaching the gate there, and then we'll have probably about 10 minutes till Golden Gate to close this out. So good luck if playing the Golden Hour double or closing Santa Anita here. Chris, I know, was on Ruby now. I thought the 1, 8, and 11 also could run a good race. Super key box, the one over 4, 6, 8, and 11. Good luck,
It's
Gizmo.
time for the Grade 2 Buena Vista. They're moving in. Last few runners left to load. Bella Bell coming up. Lakota Spirit will be next. Ruby Nell in the colors of Spendthrift Farm. And the last one is Mufi. They're in the gate. And they're off. Closing remarks broke well, but won't go to the lead as Ruby Nell flashes her zip. Bella Bell is second in the early going. Here's Mufi rushing right into contention, taking third, but it's going to be Ruby Nell uncontested up top. Be Your Best is down at the rails, 6 lengths off the lead. Closing remarks has now settled in between rivals in mid-pack, and Lucky Girl hugs the rail about 7 lengths off the pace, swinging
Easy
on to the
lead.
backstretch.
Pretty
Lakota
quick. See if
Spirit
she
is toward
slows
the
it
back
down.
of the field, racing 3 lengths in front of Nadette, and Justique is the trailer. They string out behind Ruby Nell. Edwin Maldonado has a strong hold of her, but nevertheless, she's in front by 5. Bella Bell is second by 3.5. Be Your Best in third, and Mufi just outside of her, coming to the half-mile pole. Lucky Girl, closing remarks are side by side. Another 2 back to Lakota Spirit, who's by
Ruby's
herself.
flying.
4 in front of Nadette.
Yeah,
Still
she looked
Justique at the back of the
good
field.
there on the break.
Ruby
Easy
Nell in
lead and
charge,
just
rounding the far
flying,
turn. Leads
but
it by 3 lengths. Bella Bell second the entire journey. Be Your Best hugs the rail in third. Outside of her, Mufi
there's
is pushed
Mufi
along, takes
coming.
that third spot. Then it's Lucky Girl as the field turns for home. Ruby Nell still has gas in the tank.
Get up,
A
Mufi.
3-length lead at the furlong pole. Mufi chasing
Get up.
gamely in second. From the back, closing remarks. Lucky Girl rallying belatedly.
Up 11.
Ruby Nell,
There we go.
Mufi, these are the 2. Ruby Nell a length. Mufi trying hard. Ruby Nell takes them all the way in the Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Winning
Good
by
job.
3
That's what we
quarters of
talked
a
about
length.
early on,
Mufi
right?
was second. Then it was Nadette who came from far back to get third. Fourth to Be Your Best. The battle for fifth involved closing remarks, Lucky Girl and Bella Bell.
6, 11.
Not bad. I played that exact. It paid, I don't know yet, but 4 to 5. You get 5 to 1 on Moofy. So maybe we get, what do you think? 8 to 1, maybe,
6
Chris?
to 1. 6 to
Okay.
1. 6-11.
Hey,
6 to 1.
Can't complain. All right, we got Golden Gate in 13 minutes. Then we'll shut it down, but we'll close it out here. Barry, I didn't see this 7 there. Go ahead, Chris.
I said 6 minutes.
Oh,
all right. They've extended to 13. No, I mean, Ruby, we talked about Ruby, right? I mean, she was just going to be too tough there.
Yeah. 4 to 5. She was just much the best. Maldonado did a good job there. Was way out in front, but
number 6 Ruby Nell was
just
first.
ran him off the
11
feet.
Moofy finished second. 10
Pretty much
was third. 1 B.
All right, Justin, we got a few minutes. You want to go to Los Al and do an early pick 4?
Sure. Hold on. All right. Early Los Al pick 4, 38 minutes. Okay. So, wow. Interesting first race.
Maiden session.
Let's do $80. Pick 4, 2, 4, 5. You got the 7, the 3's the first time starter, 1%er. It doesn't even want to use it, though, for 9 horse.
You got to immediately look at the 6. Immediately. First
I think
starter, top GSR, Uncle Mo.
But is debuting at jockey never rode, has not won a race yet.
I get it.
Francisco Ramirez Jr. I think if you use the 6, though, you're going to have to use the 7, who's taking money.
Well, wait a minute. He's had a ride races before because he's riding at 126 pounds.
He just doesn't have a win, I guess.
That's odd that he would go on through an entire apprentice season without a win.
Well, maybe he just hasn't been riding lately. That's my guess.
No, but that's one I would certainly look at, right? I mean, your first time starter, the top GSR. When you look at these types of races at the price they're running for, it's certainly something to look at, especially when you look at the 7, right? Now,
current favorite, Sweet Little Darling with Barrington Harvey, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Aquino, man, 2 to 1 though. My goodness.
Exactly. I like the 6 a whole lot more than I like the 7. At the price, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'd use that. It's a win bet or whatnot. But I typically like to start smaller on the pick 4, and the first go around it wants to use the 2 and the 4, which are the top 2 win percentages there. Mm-hmm. Tracks on Fire.
You got Pierre still on the 5's the top EquinEdge pick. I don't. You can't leave that horse out.
No, not.
Maybe it's just 2, 4, 5 there.
I could get behind that, and maybe I just add the 6 just for fun, and then regenerate, and then that takes me to the 3 and the 8 in the next.
Mine wants to single the 6. Let's look at race 3 first then. How much time we got till Golden Gate? Oh, they're still in the paddock.
Yeah.
Rory Ware 1500 at Los Al. Yeah, that maybe is what you're talking about. I mean, so is this horse a single 1 to 1 45%?
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and I'm not sure if that horse is a single or not. Certainly 45%. I've been burned on those before. The 1 with the top pace there, can it replicate the race 2 back at 4.5, going 1,000 yards, or is the 6 going to catch it? And when was the 6's last win, Justin? I mean, it did this at the same odds the last time and finished 4th.
This is a brutal race, man. I mean, I can see why this horse is the favorite, but I mean, the one gets the lead and stopped really bad last out at 1,000 in a 36, but it just folded up too. Oof.
Yeah, and the second pick, the 3, again, way back in 23 at wherever GRP is, Grants Pass.
That's Grants Pass.
Yeah. So, and the 4, nothing really exciting there. So to me, it's like the 1 is either just going to run off with this race, and that's it, right? I mean, the 6 could provide some pressure, maybe, but I would think I would rather just single the 1 there on a cheap ticket. Because you get the 1 home there, I think you're doing okay. But again, the 1 just seems to be the speed, and it's 1,000, which is a little bit longer than I would like for that. But do you really think the 1 is going to come from that far back? And look, its last win was in a foreign country.
Yeah, this is a rough race, brother. Let's go to the last real quick. I mean, well, this race looks so. First quarter horse race 4. I mean, I'm all about the pace figure with the 5 and the 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just the top 3 picks here, 2, 3, 5. So I was like 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, $24. Where'd you land?
Still looking. We got 6 minutes till Golden Gate before we close it out. I think this one's gonna stop though. That's only won a 24 and then just stopped badly here at a 36. I mean, the 2 is not winning, but is running competitively, but it has been running at this exact same level. Non-winners of 2, 6,000. So I'm not really liking that horse. I mean, the 8, obviously the big favorite, dropping, going to get, I guess, pace to run into and just runs around them. I mean, Dr. Flash Dancer, this horse has not been running, but has been facing a lot tougher. Aye, brother. I don't know.
That's my pick 4. I'll take a shot with the 1 against that 6 in the third leg. Get to the lead and go.
What here? I'll pull yours up. What are you playing?
2, 4, 5, 6. It's there. Look at the our chat. 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 8.
Okay.
There you go.
There's Chris's. This race is brutal though. I mean, the 3. One for 20.
I know.
Ugh, I don't know. How much time we got? 4 minutes? Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. Got 4 minutes till Golden Gate, closing it down. I played a golden hour double. I have the 1, I think the 5, 6, 8 in the golden hour, Chris. There's Bill's. Bill, you're singling the 6. I could see that. I mean, does look like it has been facing the toughest, running well. And you have Ramirez with Uranga. I mean, they hit at just a great clip usually. Yeah, 31% and 278 mounts. So 4 dropping coming off the Tapeta, and then the 3 also. But the 3's been running at this level, Chris, but hasn't been able to get there. But maybe today's the day.
It could be, right? Because this race is like it's set up for today could be the day to be.
That's also Uranga, but he has Pieris riding here on the 3 horse. So, you know, he's got the 6 and the 3. So I think I might play the 3 if I was to. Seven maybe there. Three horse is 31% here in leg 2.
No, and you know that horse is again Golden Gate. These last races are tough, man. You can make a case for any of them, but you've got to settle on something, right? You got a pretty big field here, and I think you can get some prices underneath and some logicals on top, but I don't have a strong opinion in the last.
Yeah, Alan, thanks for coming. I'm glad we got to jump on for a bit. I thought that the 8 was an interesting horse in the last at Golden Gate. I can jump back. We still got, I guess, a minute here. The 5 is the favorite, top or second EquinEdge pick. You know, going to be up on the lead. Harbor Outlaw. Thought the 8 would set a good trip. I also thought the 6 was interesting as well, Chris. So that's where I'd be looking, the 6 or the 8 over the 5. You could kind of play them together, but that's I didn't necessarily love many of the long shots here. I was just narrowed really to 5, 6, 8. One minute here. Looks like they're approaching the gate.
I think you got good value on the 6 for sure. The 5 could certainly be the unicorn being bet down. We've seen these before. But 6 floating up now at 9-2. And I do like the 8 as well. So all right, Justin, wrapping up a week here. We'll be back next weekend. I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll figure out what day and time. But I set up the contest for tomorrow. And Justin, if you want an entry and cap it, let me know.
I'll let you know.
We'll get you in.
The last here at Golden Gate, closing out the golden hour. Probably Will Pays. That 10 horse obviously would have helped the Will Pays there with JJ getting home.
And the horses.
Ruby now was the big fave though, so obviously.
And final from Golden
Gate. There's the tourney tomorrow if you want to join. Chris putting that together, win place format. Just Santa Anita, Chris?
Just Santa Anita, 9 races. You can play it live, or you can put it in pick and pray. If you've got things to do, you can change your selections up until post time for each race. Should be fun. Get a bunch of folks in there. Join the chat. Look at the oldie capper at on Twitter. He's got the link there, and should be fun. Card looks decent tomorrow. I was just taking a peek at it, so not bad.
Isan, you like the 8 and the 10. Good luck.
Harbor Outlaw.
5 floating up just a little bit. Still took a lot of money. Almost EquinEdge morning line had that perfect.
And Twirling Derby.
Getting probably about 4-1. 3-1 currently.
5-2 on Harbor Outlaw.
Took another tick down.
They're all in the gate. And they're off. Bronze Warrior, Harbor Outlaw flashing early speed. Bronze Warrior will have
Goes
to
that
defer
5.
in second. Buttonwood Tree outside in third. Twirling Derby fourth. JT's Watch, 2 Path in fifth. And then it's Gallant Warren in some tight quarters. Lord Winborn's outside of him. Lookout Points at the fence. Sugar Beats in the 2 Paths, 7 off the lead. And 2 lengths to Playboy Style, who brings up the rear. It's Harbor Outlaw as they turn on to the backstretch, who has
We're
lead by
not
a
gonna
half
let
length.
that 5
Gray, Bronze Warrior, though,
cruise out
wants
there.
that lead. It's Buttonwood Tree, who stalks in third. Then in 4, Twirling Derby. JT's Watch in fifth. In 6th place.
Uh-oh.
Loss of
Points
audio.
shuffle back to
There
the
we go.
tail of the field. Bronze Warrior on top. Harbor Outlaw second. It's Twirling Derby is trying to sneak
6
out
is in a
to
good
the
spot.
inside in third.
Yeah.
In fourth, that's Gallant
Get through.
Warren.
No.
Lord Winborn
Check.
is deep on the course and only about 2 lengths off of the lead. And then it's Buttonwood Tree is in that middle cluster. Sugar Beats is trying to negotiate some sort of trip and is about 3 or 4 wide.
Rough
Playboy Style,
race. There's a
JT's
5
Watch,
up
the
front
white
still.
blinkers is near the back part of the
5
field
is
as
still
you reach the
lasting.
top of the stretch. Harbor Outlaw is the
EquinEdge,
first to
long
race
shot,
as it
gonna
comes
try to
off
come on the
third,
rail.
leading by about 4 lengths over Gallant Warren. JT's Watch in the 2
6
path.
is
Making
coming.
some progress. It's JT's Watch. Lord Winborn stands
Oh, gonna
side.
be
Harbor
close.
Outlaw 16th to go.
No,
Has the
5's
lead,
got
but
it.
JT's Watch trying to reel that one in.
Oh,
No.
get
Harbor
up,
Outlaw,
6.
JT's
Wow.
Watch. JT's
6-5.
Watch.
Oh, what a
Wow.
race. Well,
It gets there. It's a photo with
we
Harbor
ended on a
Outlaw
good one.
in the 8th.
Yeah, we
I
talked
didn't-
about that
Golden
6.
Gates.
Yeah. All right, brother. That was fun. Well, 6-1 or 5-1 there on the 6. Wow, that's
Not
incredible.
bad at all.
Yeah. It was a pleasure. Everybody, thanks for coming. Hit the like button on the way out. We hope you have a good week. Chris, any last thoughts?
No, just join the tourney tomorrow. Hop in the chat. It'll be fun. Learn to pick winners. Decent card tomorrow on a Monday. Should be fun. Get some bragging rights. Make a few bucks.
Photo finish in the
All right,
Justin,
brother.
See you next week, buddy.
All right, you too. Bye.
Time for the mile. 1